or a reconstructed Viking farm and stroll through the peaceful grounds of local churches and discover a land rich with history and tradition. Cabins are limited, so call today 855-565-5519. 855-565-5519, or log on to deeperfaithcruise.com.
Honey, why does it take you so long to get ready?
Because I've got one tiny sink. I'm trying to balance makeup on the back of the toilet, and the mirror's always fogged up.
Sounds like a circus act.
Exactly. And I perform every morning.
At Forever Remodeling, we create bathrooms that fit your life, not the other way around. From extra storage to spa-like showers and timeless finishes, we make your mornings easier. Visit foreverremodeling.com. That's the number 4everremodeling.com.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer.
Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot. Good afternoon. This is Black and Right Radio. It's not John Anthony today. Today, it's Jessica Jackson and Chicago Flips Red. Ooh. I know that's a situation, a conversation that our audience is excited, super excited to have. We have in the studio with us today the founder of Chicago Flips Red, Miss Zoe Lee. We have with us also today Danny C., who is the vice president of Chicago Flips Red. And then I'm here, Jessica Jackson, and I'm the advisor to Chicago Flips Red. And we're going to get started, and we're going to give you all the opportunity to call in, have some conversation with us, but we're going to discuss some good things today. We're going to talk about how Chicago Flip Reds got started. We're going to talk about the purpose of Chicago Flips Red. We're going to talk about the goals of Chicago Flips Red, and we're going to talk about the current state of Chicago Flips Red. We're going to talk about the budget. We're going to talk about Brandon Johnson. We're going to talk about Governor Pritzker, and most of all, we're going to talk about our president, Donald J. Trump. So we're excited and we're ready to go. So we're going to get started first by saying hello to our audience. Again, this is Jessica Jackson for John Anthony, and we want to thank John Anthony for giving us the opportunity to be on the radio. And we're here at 560 AM, 92.7 FM, and 1400 AM for our Detroit, Michigan audience. We're going to take call-ins, and of course our number to call in is area code 312-642-5600. But before we get started, we want to be able to say hello to our audience. So we're going to start with our president and founder, Zoe Lee. Say hello to the audience, Zoe.
Hello, family. And shout out to John Anthony for giving us this opportunity. He is in Israel, right? Oh. Yeah, so shout out to John Anthony for giving us this opportunity. I appreciate it, and I feel at home because I'm next to my Danny, and then right across from me is the one who started it all with me, Miss Jessica Jackson.
All right. Okay, next we have with us, as I said, Danielle Carter, a.k.a. Danny C., and she's the vice president of Chicago Flips Red. Say hello to our audience, Danny.
Hello, my beautiful, beautiful American family. I love you guys so much.
Well, we're excited. And the second half of our show, we're going to have a surprise, and we're going to leave that till that time. So to get started, just to put everything in its proper perspective, I'm going to start with a clip that starts with Zoe Lee and one of her public speaking segments. And it's going to make it clear how it is that she's the founder of Chicago Flips Red and what it is that she stands for. Let's go.
Because, look, his attack, let's be very clear, the president-elect, former President Trump, his threat is not just towards new arrivals and undocumented families. His threats are also against black families. He has a vision to destroy public education. So when he talks about Project 2025 and dismantling public education, we're talking about a system that has been designed to create leveling opportunities for families who are descendants of slaves. Surely going to...
You always want to use black people in your press conferences, but don't do nothing for black people in Chicago. You already know why I'm here, and I've been coming here for a year. Before I even knew who you was as a mayor, you was dipping off, going to sides when I was out there protesting. You have corporate counsel right next to you, Mary Richardson Lowry, who has no idea what she's doing, because if she would have told you to settle my case. Okay? So yeah, you can look the other way and roll your eyes and do all that stuff, but you do not care about the black Chicago citizens. Okay? You're trying to push this socialist agenda in this capitalist society. In 2019, when you was head leadership with CTU, y'all did a little GoFundMe and went over to Venezuela because y'all already knew what y'all were going to do with bringing them all over here, right? So you're pushing this agenda with the illegal immigrants because y'all done stole all their money, because you thought that after that $51 million that the feds gave you back then, that Biden was going to keep sending y'all money. But as you know, Biden is the real racist, the one that y'all say Trump is. Biden been racist. Biden been racist for a long time. He just popped up with Obama as the vice president and everybody just forgot. Okay? You have no idea how how to govern. 2026, 2027, we're going to get you out, Tony Preckwinkle out, J.B. Pritzker out, Kwame Raoul out, and probably half of the Disgrace 50 out too. And the Disgrace 50 is the alderman. Okay? My case should have been settled. They stealing black people's property and land in the city of Chicago, and they've been doing it for a very long time. Okay? Majority of the people that work for the city of Chicago and Cook County are realtors or part of real estate agents. That is a conflict of interest, so that's why y'all keep stealing our property and our land. And y'all think that it's going to be okay and it's going to keep happening. It's not going to happen. It's not going to keep happening. We have a new Department of Justice, and at the end of the day, we have people that are running for office.
Thank you very much.
That's Zoe Lee. That's Zoe Lee. And I played the first part of our illustrious, as they call him on YouTube, the illustrious Mayor Brandon Johnson, so that you would be able to put it in proper context, what it is and who it was that she was talking to. Zoe, tell the audience what made you make those public comments that particular day.
Oh, man. Ooh, that's one of my greatest hits.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I didn't even know I said all that. Ooh, shout out to me. Miss Jessica, I felt so good to be able to, I think that was right after Trump won the election.
Yeah. And
I felt very good and vindicated that woo, cause if he did not, and to hear they started it started getting on steroids about Project 2025 and how that was going to, destroy us and destroy, the descendants of enslaved when you're mixing them with you're being manipulative when it comes to the illegal aliens and, just trying to make it you're going to be sorry because that it's over because, Donald Trump won and he won. It was too big to rig. So I feel like he was just talking every other day about Project 2025 and how, it was going to destroy, the Black Chicago. And it's no, you destroyed Black Chicago when it came to the illegal aliens because you guys purposely had an agenda, and that agenda was to destroy the little bit of the South Side and the West Side that still had homeowners and still had property and land. So I felt good, going to him and Mary Richardson Lowry, who also, was installed. I just realized that they really are bad people. But I felt a sense of hope when Donald Trump won. Yeah.
Well, when you say that takes us back to the reason why Chicago Flips Red started in the first place. And I think that the audience needs to get a clear understanding of where Chicago Flip Red's base came from. As you mentioned before, you and I started Chicago Flips Red without the concept of Chicago Flips Red being an actual T-shirt or a hat, a slogan. It was the mindset about what you just mentioned. We went there dealing with the issue of real estate, the issue of property being taken. We realized, I know that I did, that illegal immigration was not the only thing that was pushing us out of our communities. But because of the probate process that I was experiencing based on my mother's estate, which a lot of you have heard about, started this. And it started it for Zoe. When we come back from commercial break, we're going to dig a little deeper into that, how Chicago Flip Red got started, what the issue with your mother's property that you were referring to in this clip. And then after we examine that some, then we're going to hear from Danny C., and she's going to tell us about how she got involved with Chicago Flip Red. And we're going to take it from there. Good show.
Mike Gallagher sees it as a huge distraction.
Look, this president changes his mind when he feels like it. And he evidently has changed his mind on releasing the Epstein files. It's just kind of a strange, all of it is bizarre. It gives me a headache. There's important things to deal with.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 9 on AM 560. The Answer.
Whether you're preparing for exams, juggling family and career, or just looking to stay sharp as you age, Think Factor is here to help. Created by the same company that makes Relief Factor, Think Factor supports sharper focus, stronger recall, and clearer thinking. It's the natural way to give your brain the daily nutrients it needs for memory, attention, and even vibrant vision. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800 the number 4RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more. Look, I was a little bit skeptical. I started taking Think Factor. After a few weeks, wow, my memory, my focus, my concentration, better than ever. And Think Factor results get better the longer it's taken. If you want to stay focused during demanding tasks, keep your memory strong, maintain mental energy for whatever's ahead, well, Think Factor is for you. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800 the number 4RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more and order Think Factor. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit ReliefFactor.com for Think Factor.
You need to be tuning into the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, the radio companion to the Amazon best-selling book, Success Blueprint, How to Build the Retirement You Deserve. Each week, Michael shares strategies designed to help reduce market risk through income-generating investments that can provide steady returns. Because if you can avoid a big loss, you don't need to take big risks. Catch the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, Saturday mornings at 10, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Did you know a will alone does not keep your family out of court when you die? The court still has to approve your will, but get a living trust, and your estate can be settled clearly without issue. Talk to the attorneys at Naumann & Associates. They prepare wills and trusts for a flat fee, no surprises, no hourly rate. With decades of experience, they know the law and offer a free consultation. Contact Naumann & Associates in Elk Grove Village, nalawgroup.com. Call 847-593-8777.
So Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $29.95 a month for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This top-tier plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you'll save over 50% every month for the rest of your life. You might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer expires 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
So we're back with Black and Right Radio. And we're here with Chicago Flips Red, my sisters that's ready to do the work for the Republican Party. In a city that's a Democratic machine, Chicago, but we came through it already, and we saw our first results in the first national election, where we saw the polls move more than they had ever in a long time for the Republican Party. We see we got some calls coming on the line already. We're going to get to you in a few minutes. Right now, we're going to let you hear from our Vice President, Danielle Carter, Danny C. And we're going to let Danny explain how it is that she got involved with Chicago Flips Red, because she came probably about 2 years or so after we had already been going to City Hall. But I want her to explain what attracted her to Chicago Flips Red, and then I want her to talk about how she's enjoyed being a member of Chicago Flips Red, and then we're going to get to some of these calls, because I know you all are ready. So what do you got to say, Danny C?
All right, guys. So what got me started with in the beginning, because my husband, at this time, he was a CPD officer. So initially, it was the COVID-19, when they were trying to mandate him to get the shot, because in order for him to keep his job. Now, it was supposed to be my body, my choice, the Democratic Party, but they were forcing him to get vaccinated. So that's where my initially started, because they was threatening his livelihood, they was threatening his pension and things like that. So fast forward, so that's what made me start maybe paying attention to policies. I couldn't really associate it with Democrat or Republican, but it just made me start paying attention. Okay, I know this is going against our constitutional right. That's it. It just took me into thinking in that direction. Fast forward, when I'm an entrepreneur, business owner, successful business at home, personal trainer. And we wanted to expand our business. So we actually bought a building from, thank you, President Trump, from the opportunity zones that President Trump provided in the blighted communities. Yes. So we purchased a building with that. Now here comes the TIF money that were supposed to be allocated towards, blighted areas, thanks to President Trump. But somehow, when COVID-19 came, we bought the building in 2019, so we had to sit out for almost close to a year. But then when we went back, we didn't qualify for the TIF money. Then it was just downhill after that. We tried to get the neighborhood opportunity grants that was supposed to be for us, but somehow we never qualified for that. It was always the same people who were plugged with the mayor, plugged with the alderman. Then it came down to the small business loans. Okay, we did everything right. Didn't lie on our taxes. We pay big taxes because I had a successful business. My husband was a CPD officer for 20 years. So we had to send in, what we were making, our tax returns. Okay, that was cool. Then we had to send in how we ever filed bankruptcy. All of these things that we had to send in, and we did them, and it was always okay. We are looking at it. We are going to review it. Here come a year later. What's going on? Yes or no? Another year. Now, mind you, by this time, the building is not occupied, but the taxes on the building are sky high, are steady going up, and we are not even occupying that building. So that happened. And so we were getting the runaround just for a business that we wanted to establish in the community. Now, with this business, we had to lay out a business plan. Oh, guys, we had everything laid out. We show how many jobs we were bringing to the community. We show all the free services that we will offer, far as showing families how to eat right, bringing the dads back in the home, making sure the dads, a mom and a father, that they're eating healthy, preparing healthy meals. Everything. We want to have a smoothie bar. We wanted to have a barber shop, a beauty shop, because my thing is, when I understand that it comes to how you feel about yourself. So once I get my clients to reach their weight loss goals, we wanted to give them a makeover so they can just feel beautiful about themselves. So everything we wanted to do, it was, they never, we would come back. They never allowed me to.
Opportunity that you saw that was given to these illegal immigrants that were coming in. So you mentioned a couple of terms that I want the audience to get a full, clear view on what they mean in terms of opportunity zones. You mentioned TIF money. We're going to talk about that as the show progresses, because one thing that you said and one thing that we know for sure is that these programs, such as the Opportunity Zones, are really a program that was initiated by the Republicans. It was initiated by Tim Scott. These type of programs, TIF money, these type of fundings and opportunities that are intended for Black communities, communities that have fewer resources. And what we've learned from being in City Hall over the last 3 years is that it's amazing how those funds never seem to make it back to the communities that they were earmarked for, thus leaving our communities in bad situations economically, and it's been going on for a long time. So for us to know that to be true and to sit and listen to the blame being shifted to President Trump, when we know that these are problems that have been in our communities for a long time, end up being a very, very delicate and sore spot for us. So when you say about the things that hindered you and your husband from being able to have businesses, we're going to go further into that. We know that Zoe also is an entrepreneur, and how her business opportunities have been hindered by illegal immigration, but also behind the stress of fighting for her mother's eminent domain issue, just like my stress level has been increased by fighting for the issue of my mother's property. We're going to get into those things. Right now, let's hear from our first caller, Michael. And Michael, we want you to tell us, first say hello to Chicago Flip Red, because you come from Detroit. Shout out to Detroit.
Yep. Yeah, I'm from Detroit.
So what is your comment or question to Chicago Flips Red today, Michael?
Well, I was on the radio and I heard Chicago Flips Red, and I'm thinking that's an important thing, because Chicago's in such a sorry state, I won't even visit there no more.
When is the last time you've been to Chicago, Michael?
Oh, it's been over 10 years. I used to go there all the time.
What made you stop coming?
Well, the crime got too bad.
The crime is down?
Yeah, the crime is terrible.
Well, they're saying now that crime is down. I'm going to ask you, as a person in Detroit and a person who you said used to come to Chicago, your opinion, Michael. Do you believe that crime is down in Chicago?
Hell no. They're lying.
What makes you say that? That's a cold statement. What makes you say that? Because personally, I don't believe it either.
Right.
But you're from another city looking in. What makes you say that crime hasn't gone down?
The mayor. I mean, in the statistics, Chicago was the crime capital of the world for a long time. It hasn't went down. The mayor's just not putting through the right statistics. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure of it too.
Look too bad.
I'm sure of it too. And thank you for your call. And thank you for supporting us all the way from Detroit. We know some good people in Detroit.
Yes.
I've met a sister named Cynthia Hayes. I met her at from Detroit at a Black Expo in Ohio. So shout out to Detroit. And keep listening as we listen. And to Anton Daniels. Shout out to Detroit. And thank you for your call, Michael. When we come back, anytime. When we come back, we're going to go to our next caller when we come back from the next commercial break. But until that time, I want you all to think about what questions would you have specifically to Chicago Flips Red in terms of what direction would you want to see the organization go take? What questions would you have for us to present to the Democrats in City Hall or the Cook County Commissioners Board meeting when we are at those meetings? Because it's very important to us that we represent the citizens of Chicago, the people of the country. We'll get to that when we come back.
Yes.
Larry Elder explains where we stand.
Inflation for the first 10 months of Trump 2.0, under 2.5%. Gas prices, 4-year low. People's incomes, adjusted for inflation, year to year up 3.4%. Crime down in most cities. So please tell me what this crisis is that's causing such acute stage 4 TDS.
The Larry Elder Show, weeknights at 8, right before Sean Hannity at 10 on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm Angelo Bavaro. President Trump taking his affordability message on the road next week with a trip to Pennsylvania.
The White House admits the government shutdown hit the economy harder than they expected, but they believe there will be a turnaround next year. There are some positive economic markers. The Challenger report shows layoff plans fell last month compared to October. Still, that is 24% higher than November last year.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Issues of national security being discussed at the Reagan National Defense Forum in California today. Among the speakers, the White House budget director.
Russ Vought was speaking about the new national security strategy, which again will focus on a bigger Navy and Coast Guard and focus on the Western Hemisphere.
That is Fox's Jennifer Griffin reporting. America is listening to Fox News.
Wow, that's quite a combo.
What, my outfit? Why are you wearing tuxedo pants with a polo shirt? It's all because of Penny Mustard's new Fancy Pants table.
Are you referring to the Izzy Major counter table?
That's the one. I've heard so many people talking about the Izzy table.
They should be. It's a real showstopper.
Sophisticrafted with locally forged iron and sturdy glass. Aha, the glass.
What about it?
The Izzy table's glass is so crystal clear. Yeah? Your dinner companions can see your lower half.
Ah, that's why you're wearing
fancy pants.
It all makes sense now.
Don't worry about your pants, but you might want to change your shoes. These happen to be my nicest work boots.
They really class up the joint.
Thanks. The Izzy Major counter table, American made, with a unique iron and glass design, paired with 4 stools, and starting at just $57.10 at Penny Mustard.
7 Chicagoland showrooms.
PennyMustard.com. Fancy pants versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishings.
So the body knows that it needs to heal itself, but it doesn't know how to concentrate it and target it into just one area. So that's where we come in.
By we, Dr. Ashley Caravelli means the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics.
We put in those treatments, then it sends out like little signalers to your body. We're able to make the body focus on the areas that need the most healing.
QC Kinetics has gathered brilliant medical minds like Dr. Caravelli and Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine, to lead the way in these innovative pain treatments.
So at QC Kinetics, we have a whole team working nationwide with cutting-edge research to reach our patients and treat them and know that surgery is no longer their only option.
The consultation is free. Find out if you're a candidate. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 312-827-6261. That's 312-827-6261. 312-827-6261.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Ready for some holiday magic? Pack up the family and cruise over to Go-Bert's Farm in Pingree Grove, where 2 incredible Christmas light shows are waiting to light up your night. First up, the Go-Bert's Christmas Drive-Thru Light Show. We're talking millions of lights synchronized to music that'll have you cranking up the volume. Picture this: dancing penguins getting their groove on, snowflakes cascading all around you, reindeer galloping through enchanted fields, plus a dazzling tunnel of lights that's pure Christmas magic. But wait, there's more. The legendary Larson Christmas Light Show, the one everyone's been raving about from Campton Hills, is now right here on the Go-Bert's property. 30 minutes of jaw-dropping lights, spectacular special effects, and surprise character visits that'll make the kids lose their minds with excitement. Here's the best part. You can experience both shows in one epic night. Perfect for families, couples, or even your company party bus. Because yes, limos and party buses are totally welcome. Per vehicle pricing keeps it affordable, but grab your tickets online now because these shows are selling fast. Visit GoBerts.com for tickets, times, and all the details. Go-Bert's Farm, where Christmas dreams come to life.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Get up, get on up, get up, get on
So
up.
we're back. We're back to Black and Right Radio. And we left off with a phone call, and then we're going to take a couple of more calls. But before we do, I want to circle back to Zoe. And then we're going to go back to Danielle about how she got started, because that was very good that she gave the back information about how it is that she came to need assistance from an organization or from a group, or to be able to feel like she had someone that heard the concerns and could identify with the concerns that she had. And I think that that's good, because when people talk about supporting Chicago Flips Red, a lot of times they have the mindset of supporting the organization. I tend to advise people to look at your own personal situation. Look at how policies or politics or a situation is impacting you personally. And when you look at that, that will give you the desire and the drive to get involved, to take a stand. And it will put the fuel in your belly to make you push against odds when sometimes it may even seem impossible. That's what started Chicago Flips Red. Zoe, would you agree with that?
Yes, Miss Jessica. Yes.
You're just going to say yes, Zoe.
Oh, well, I'm just saying yes. I want to first say that I've never had a victim mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that to say because for some reason, the illusion or what is given out here is that black people are oppressed, and I'm not oppressed. I was never oppressed. My mother gave me a great life, and that's why I fight the way I fight when it comes to my mother, and the love that I have for my mother. The city of Chicago unlawfully demolished my family's building. It was a building that's been in my family since the 60s. My godfather, Leroy Singleton, and his brothers owned the Sandpiper Lounge, 7954, 7958 South Halsted. It brought a lot of jobs to the community. It brought money to the community. It was a place that a lot of these elected officials would go in there and ask for votes, including then Senator Obama, Barack Obama. My godfather's pictures with all these people.
Mm-hmm.
In 2017, the city unlawfully knocked down the building and said because of building violations. No court order, no notices, nothing. And when my mother said, you guys cannot do that, instead they just ignored her and made my godfather homeless. And my mother's investment went down the drain and sent her to public housing.
Situations that we've seen unfold way too often since we've been at City Hall. We're going to dig even deeper into that as the show continues. Right now, we're going to take a call from Jim. Jim is calling from South Elgin. Welcome to the show, Jim. And what say you about this situation? Or what questions do you have for Chicago Flip Red? Thank you for calling.
It's always a pleasure. I think you're talking about a lot of good points, especially talking about how during the dark days of COVID, these people used to say, my body, my choice, but not when it came to COVID. So that's an excellent point. I bring it up all the time. Now, also, I do a lot of, I call in a lot of WVON. And these people have this whole thing about Project 2025 and all this kind of stuff. So you guys should call in once in a while and give your opinion and try to counteract some of the stuff, what they're talking about, because, they keep on parroting this stuff. And it's got to be offset. So
well,
you guys could help things out. Call in VON once in a while and give them a different perspective.
Well, Jim, to that point, I know for a fact that I've called WVON several times, and I believe that Zoe has called in to WVON too. What you have to realize is what I'm sure you already know, and that is that WVON, for the most part, is a big part of the Democratic machine of Chicago. There's going to be a certain perspective that comes out of WVON, but we will continue to be that voice of opposition, because a voice of opposition has to be out there. You're absolutely right about that, Jim. And I see that you from South Elgin. Would you happen to know Brandon Johnson? Because he's from Elgin. He's saved from Austin, the west side of Chicago, but we all know that he's out of Elgin. Do you happen to know him, Jim?
No, I never actually met him, but when he had a show on WVON. I used to call in all the time.
Okay.
About 10 years ago, he had a show on VON, so I called in all the time. So he knows me a little bit. I might have met him once, but I didn't know him when he was in Elgin, no.
Oh, okay.
That was before that time.
Okay. Well, you know what? Thank you for your perspective, and thank you for supporting Chicago Flips Red, and thank you even for calling WVON with a voice of opposition. Appreciate you, Jim.
Be done.
When we come back, we're going to take our next caller, Dino, soon as we get back. And in the meantime, think on what you want to ask Chicago Flips Red. And we want to thank John Anthony once again for allowing us to have this platform to greet the people.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, doctors Economos, Gave Alice, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you'll destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with Rick Hughes tomorrow morning at 7. The Flatline describes a main line of resistance in your soul built on God's Word. Listen tomorrow morning for inspiration, motivation, education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes tomorrow morning at 7 on AM 560. The Answer.
This past year has been one of the hardest in MyPillow's history. It's because of you that they are making it through. They want to thank you for your continued support by passing on some Christmas specials to our listeners. Get the Children's Bible Story Pillow 5-pack for $29.98. My Slippers with a free bottle of leather protectant spray for $39.98. Blankets, comforters, and duvets for as low as $25, and a blowout sale on the standard My Pillows for just $14.98. So go to MyPillow.com or call 800-489-0201 and use promo code LIBERTY to take advantage of these wholesale prices, including the standard size My Pillow, originally $49.98, now only $14.98. Queens $18.99. Kings only $1 more. 800-489-0201 and use promo code LIBERTY. We know My Pillow products come with a 10-year warranty, but My Pillow has just announced that they are extending their 60-day money-back guarantee. That's right. Orders placed between now and December 25th will have their 60-day money-back guarantee extended through March 1st, 2026. Promo code LIBERTY.
You need to be tuning into the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, the radio companion to the Amazon best-selling book, Success Blueprint, How to Build the Retirement You Deserve. Each week, Michael shares strategies designed to help reduce market risk through income-generating investments that can provide steady returns. Because if you can avoid a big loss, you don't need to take big risks. Catch the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, Saturday mornings at 10, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
We're back at 560 AM, 92.7 FM, and 1400 AM, Detroit, Michigan. We're going to take some more calls right now. People want to talk to Chicago Flips Red, and we want to hear from them. We have Dino on the line from Fort Worth, Texas. Hello, Dino. What questions or comments do you have for Chicago Flips Red today? Dino? Are you?
Can you hear me?
I can now. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Hi, Miss Danny. Hi, Miss Zoe. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, Dino.
You both look great.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't have many questions. I have more comments, and then I have one question at the end.
Okay.
My comment is I'm living in Texas, originally from Chicago, moved to Nevada, and then moved to Texas, and really miss it. I moved away like a lot of Chicagoans for the reasons that you're well aware of. One of the comments that really got to my heart, I'm watching you on YouTube, is someone from Indiana said, please straighten this out because I'm heartbroken. I want to move home. So I feel the same way. I'm just giving you my support. I love you. Realize you have people all over the nation, big fans of yours. Danny, are you going to run for mayor? That's my question.
Stay tuned.
Well, Dino, thank you for calling in. But, I have an issue with you. You shouted out Danny and you shouted out Zoe. But you didn't shout out Jessica Jackson. I'm going to have to run you up out this line, Dino.
Okay, let me make it up to you. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
That's right. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it, Dino.
Well, you know what happened? My phone was going in and out of mute.
Oh, okay. We're going to put it on the phone. We're going to put it on the phone.
We love you, Dino.
We love you,
that's
Dino.
Good, Dino. And thank you for calling in. Appreciate you. We got Mitchell calling in from Des Plaines. What say you, Mitchell, to Chicago Flips Red?
Good evening, Jessica Jackson and company. I think this is a great topic. My first thing that I would recommend that you tell Cook County is this obnoxious level of property taxes.
Yes.
Brandon Johnson has the temerity, Ms. Jackson and company, when he's asked, how are we going to curtail and basically lower crime? He pivots right to, well, we need to have affordable housing. Like that's
yes.
Okay, now I want to ask you this. Did you see your second installment of property taxes?
Yes.
On the southwest side, the south side, it went up 100 times.
Come on.
How are these people going to afford housing, Brandon Johnson, with an IQ of 40 when they can't afford the second installment? And then what does that have to do with crime? When you talk to Brandon Johnson, he has to have everything written out like a fourth grader because he doesn't comprehend things. Second of all, the biggest problem is that to address the issue of crime has absolutely nothing to do, and it's not germane to the fact of having affordable housing. That is a talking point from the leftist woke democratic cities that are trying to beta test that phrase because somehow they think that radical woke people are going to latch on. Well, guess what? We're just not that stupid. We're just not that dumb. And I couldn't care less about the person's color. It's about the content of your character. And they have forgotten that. Brandon Johnson and Fat Albert, this ridiculous governor, had taken an oath to protect the citizens of Illinois. What have they done? The complete opposite. They're giving their support to the criminals.
That's
why they're fleecing you in the property taxes, to your point, to get your property.
Come
you
on.
hear what I'm saying here, Daniel? This is a joke. The only way you can basically do anything with this ridiculous notion is you move away. The problem is that has some problems that might not be in your best interest in terms of a family dynamic.
Yeah.
At the same time,
I don't know what we're yelling about.
Whatever happened to basically the pot dispensary is supposed to offset the property taxes, Ms. Jackson? Whatever happened with that?
Oh, we're gonna dive deep into that, Mitchell. Oh, you can believe that we are, because I'm a property owner and I got my property bill, and my property tax bill increased over $1,800. So we're gonna get to that topic. You can believe that, and I agree with you 100%. This thing with affordable housing being the answer to everything, I agree with you. It's nothing but a ploy from the left side. You keep on with that fire that you got, Mitchell, and you keep joining our fight, because you absolutely right. This thing with property taxes, we're going to dig deep into that, bro. You absolutely right. You have a blessed day.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to jump on with Craig from Mount Greenwood. What say you, Craig?
Oh, hey, Jessica Jackson and your partner, Zoe there. Really good to hear you again.
Thank you.
I've called in when you've been on there talking before and everything like that, and really appreciate your faithfulness on trying to basically get things going right. Hey, here's my point.
Okay.
Oh, anyways, Mitchell, too, he forgot to tell you, man. You get what I'm talking about, Daddy-O? He didn't finish up the way he normally finishes up. Anyways, so.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. So you got two problems, but here's the big one. Cheating and all their shenanigans that Chicago invented, and they never stopped. They never will stop. We have to get people in there to basically kind of like keep an eye. I mean, Hawkeye, watch, not let them block out and everything like that. They do all kinds of stuff. They do it in plain sight and everything, because there's got to be a system, because no matter how hard you work and we work to kind of get things right and everything, they cheat so much in that with their electronic voting and all their shenanigans, every way they can do it, even with their other things. Everything they do is corrupt. Okay, and I'm just hoping. And then I wanted to make one mention of a thing. See, I don't have a lot of time to go and do things officially with trying to get the point across to how people should vote for the right people and all that. But I do it. I do it just by sharing, just in lifestyle. People that I've run into.
Well, that's the best way to do it, to just have the conversations with the people that you come in contact with. You'd be surprised the power of conversation and word of mouth. We're going to thank you for your call, Craig, and we'll be right back.
Yes.
Ring in the new year with sophistication at Trump International Hotel and Towers, Chicago, where 3 unforgettable celebrations await. Experience a night of elegance in the Grand Ballroom, where live entertainment and sweeping river and skyline views set the perfect backdrop for a midnight balloon drop. For a more intimate affair, the New Year's celebration at Terrace 16 offers a fine dining multi-course experience, handcrafted cocktails, and panoramic views. A setting for a modern, spirited countdown. Or elevate your night at the exclusive VIP soiree at Rebar for an evening with Frank, with premium bottle service, curated small plates, and a lively atmosphere, reserved for those seeking the most indulgent night of the year. No matter how you celebrate, welcome 2026 with an experience unlike any other. Only at Trump International Hotel and Towers, Chicago. Book now via Eventbrite.com, search Trump Hotel Chicago, or call 312-588-8000.
We've all been there. It's the opening night of the school play, or it's the piano or dance recital, or maybe it's the Christmas pageant at your church. and everyone's fumbling with their phones, leaning and straining to get the perfect snapshot of that special moment. And too often, the images come out blurry, crooked, or overexposed. For the big events in the life of your church or school, trust Tom Killoran Photography. This locally owned family business can provide the solutions you need for your important event photography. They've worked with dance studios, orchestras, and sports teams to capture those memorable moments that you want to last a lifetime. And they can do the same for you and your organization. Tom Killoran Photography is also the official photographer for AM 560 The Answer. To learn more and to see their portfolio, just visit KilloranPhotography.com. That's KILLORAN photography.com, or call them at 708-361-0025. Tom Killoran Photography, capturing important life moments for over 30 years.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Once again, I'm not John Anthony. I'm Jessica Jackson with Chicago Flips Red, but I truly appreciate John Anthony for giving us his platform for today while he's on vacation and taking care of business in Israel. I see that we have a person from California on the line. Now, before I bring her in, I want to emphasize the fact that that was one of the things that I'm going to use the term scared me when I started seeing what was happening in Chicago in about 2020, 2021, over in that time, because I know for a fact what happened in California, how illegal immigration literally ruined California. So I'm excited that Natasha is calling from California and she's on the line. Let's hear from Natasha.
All right. Hi, Jessica, Zoe, and Danny.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I really admire what you guys are doing, because the same thing that are happening with you guys in Chicago is happening to us in California.
What part of California are you in, if I may ask?
I'm more Northern California, but I also have family in Southern California, so it's impacting us on every front of California. It's like a infestation of corruption. And so, you know, when I see you guys talking, I can relate so much to what you guys are talking about, because even though we live in a blue state, a lot of us are against what's going on. But the voting corruption, the monetary corruption, everything is for the illegals, the long waiting lines in the hospitals. If you need help with anything, you know, anything, you have to wait longer in line because it's not for Americans. And so when I see you guys speaking, it really, really is something I can really resonate with, and just know and understand that we can understand where you are coming from. And when you say, you know, what do you want us to continue, what we want you guys to continue asking at these meetings is, why are Americans overtaxed? We're already struggling. You know, we're already, especially in California, everything is overpriced.
It is.
Everything is triple, you know. So why are you overtaxing us on top of that? And, you know, why are we expected to fund illegals so that they can live free when we're already struggling? Why are we expected to overcompensate because the Democrats are corruptly spending our money? Why should we have to make up for that? That is not fair. It's not right. It's not even a blue or a red issue. It's just it's
an American issue. It's a citizen issue.
Right. And you know, where I live, you know, and I'll cut it off short, but you know, where I live, the water company where I live, they were stealing our money. We were paying for our water, and they were stealing the money. And then instead of Gavin Newsom going after them, they charged us $600 a month for water alone, where, you know, in neighboring counties, the water is like $70 a month. So it's the socialist mentality, like, well, we can't get it from the people that stole it, so we're just going to dump it on the people that are already overcharged, overtaxed for everything, right? So it's just a level of corruption. We reached out to Gavin Newsom, and Gavin says there's nothing they can do because it's not an emergency. But then we see him all on the news talking about what he's going to do for the illegals, and he's going to give all these illegals extra money, and he's going to give all these illegals extra funding, and we're going to make sure that they have extra SNAP. And we're drowning. You know what I mean? And we're doing it all by the book, just like what Danny was saying. You do everything by the book. You cross all your T's, you dot all your I's, and they still come and they rape you, and they don't care.
And
So,
you're absolutely right, Natasha. And I'm glad that you voiced that. And that's why I let you get that whole frustration out. Because we in Chicago, if this doesn't stop, it will be exactly like what you're saying happened in California. And Chicago is a beautiful city. We do not want that to happen to our city. So thank you for that call, Natasha.
Your local State Farm agent, Anthony DeGrotto, combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. You can combine your home, auto, and life insurance to not only save you money, but give you the peace of mind you've been looking for. Anthony DeGrotto is your go-to agent in Chicagoland. He and his team will work for you to provide the best service you expect at the price you want. Combine your home, auto, and life insurance today. Anthony DeGrotto will help you mix and match things perfectly. His State Farm office is a top pick 2024 Daily Herald Reader's Choice Award winner. He's a proud supporter of Tunnel to Towers and like-minded as you. His State Farm agency is currently looking to add members at their Roselle office. Call Anthony at 847-895-1500 today or visit DeGrottoSF.com. That's DeGrottoSF.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer Chicago.
New confessions. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox News. The man charged with planting a pair of pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC headquarters in D.C. back in 2021, appearing in court on Friday.
A brief but revealing court appearance this week for Brian Cole Jr., who told the judge he understood the criminal charges against him. We learned from yesterday's hearing that Cole also sat with investigators for more than 4 hours on Thursday following his arrest. Inside the courtroom, Cole was unshackled, and members of his family called out, "We love you." Multiple sources briefed on the case tell our colleague David Spunt that Cole admitted to planting the bombs, voiced support for President Trump, and expressed doubts about the 2020 presidential election results. This detail is significant because both devices were planted on January 5th, 2021, the night before the Capitol riot.
Fox's CB Cotton. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth speaking at the Reagan National Defense Forum in California today, reiterating the Trump administration's global mission of achieving peace through strength.
Make no mistake about it, President Trump is hell-bent on maintaining and accelerating the most powerful military the world has ever seen. The most powerful, the most lethal, and American-made. The arsenal of freedom.
Those comments come as Secretary Hegseth has been under increased scrutiny. A report from the Pentagon Inspector General suggested that the department's chief violated Pentagon policy by sending sensitive, non-public information in a strike using the encrypted app Signal on his personal phone. The Supreme Court says it will hear an appeal of President Trump's case looking to end birthright citizenship by executive order. The Supreme Court did not explain that decision. It will likely be scheduled for oral argument next spring and decided by the end of June. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight, expect 1 to 2 inches of snow, which could create slippery roads and sidewalks leading to travel issues. The temperature will drop to a low of 26. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Dan Proft here to tell you about an opportunity for you to promote your business and to make a difference this Christmas season. I'm talking about our Food for the Poor Business Benefactor Program. We've partnered with Food for the Poor to provide life-saving food and water for thousands of children and their families in Latin America and the Caribbean. Your business can be a part of this effort. Become a Food for the Poor business benefactor by making a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor. That donation will help more than 30 children for an entire year. And when you do that, AM 560 will give you 40 one-minute commercials to air here on AM 560 The Answer between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. at no additional cost to you. To take advantage of this deal, just call John Gallagher at 847-472-8950. Again, that's 847-472-8950. One more time, the number, 847-472-8950. Or go to 560theanswer.com/food for the poor. That website again, 560theanswer.com/food for the poor.
Are you ready for a new adventure? Alistair Begg invites you to join him on a remarkable cruise to a part of the world you've never seen before. The old world charm of the Netherlands and the majestic fjords of Norway, September 5th through the 12th, 2026. You'll begin with a relaxing day at sea aboard Holland America's majestic cruise ship, the Statendam. Breathe in the fresh ocean air, basking in the luxury of first-rate travel, complete with elegant cuisine. Treat yourself in the spa and settle into the beautiful ship you'll call home for a week. Experience an incredible journey, exploring quaint coastal villages filled with Viking history and glacier-fed valleys where worship rises like mist from the mountains as Alistair leads you through the scriptures. Cabins are limited, so call today, 855-565-5519. That's 855-565-5519. Or log on to deeperfaithcruise.com.
The Liberty Cigar Company was founded with one mission in mind: to tell America's magnificent story. We pay homage to the seminal people in American history by way of a meticulously crafted premium cigar, custom blended to match the personality of the one so honored. This holiday season, give your special someone the gift of history, as told by a Liberty cigar. Every box is beautifully gift wrapped at no charge. Check out all our cigar collections at libertycigars.com. That's libertycigars.com, where every cigar has a story to tell.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot.
We're back. We're back to Black and Right Radio. And we got some calls on the line now that are from Chicago. And one thing that we know that Chicago is feeling anxiety about right now is the fact that it's budget season again. And we find ourselves right back to where we were this time last year with a budget that's out of control, with what appears to be inward fighting in City Hall about the budget amongst the aldermen. Well, regardless of what side of the fence that you're on, the issue of this budget and how it affects our money personally is where we're going to dive into with these Chicago callers. Because the issue of property taxes, I think the rise in property taxes has put a neon light on just how severe this budget problem is in Chicago, and the fact that we've seen so much money go towards illegal immigration. We saw so much protesting in the last month or two about the protection of illegal immigrants, when the reality is the financial part of it ended up falling right smack dab in the lap of taxpayers. And it got shown by way of property taxes, which goes back to the earlier caller concern about how this whole affordable housing being the remedy to all our problems in Chicago, how farce that is. So we're going to go to Zoe, because Zoe is notorious for research. And she started looking at the budget and did a YouTube presentation last night on the budget. So before we get to you, Monica, because you are calling out of Chicago, we're going to let Zoe give a brief highlight of what the budget issues are right now before City Hall through Brandon Johnson. Go ahead, Zoe.
Well, we are in budget season 3. This is our third budget season that me and Ms. Jessica have been thrown into.
Yeah.
And I would like to tell you that, first of all, this budget cannot be passed. However, the property tax situation that they keep talking about, tax the ultra rich and tax all of, tax the wealthy. The wealthy is Brandon Johnson, CTU, and these and the Hispanic. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say Hispanic KKK? Well, I said it. Hispanic KKK. The progressiveness. We call the aldermen down there the 50 disgrace. They're the disgrace 50. And then you have the pitiful 20. There's a 20 black aldermen. And as you see that there is these fake ads that's going around talking about, that some of the aldermen are for the rich and the working class families. I want to make this very clear. This 2026 proposed budget is not for the working class. Matter of fact, he's laying off more than 500 City Chicago employees, and they are union, AFC. Was it AFC-SME? That's the government union. The City of Chicago union. Everything is oversight. He is laying off, but for some reason they have money for these raises, including the disgrace 50.
Including the disgrace 50.
Yes.
Now, that's an issue that we're going to dig even deeper into, Zoe, because this is a shame. This is a shame. It's an outright shame. Right now, we got a caller on the line, Monica, who's from Chicago. Okay, as a fellow Chicagoan, Monica, where are you with this whole budget situation that's going on with Chicago right now? Hello, Monica.
Hello to the big three.
Hello.
I call you guys the big three. My name is Monica. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the North Lawndale area.
Okay.
And I do not accept this budget. Every time they vote no, like Monique Scott, she'll vote no on the budget. And then I get a text message saying call her and thank her. No, that's her job. That's her job to look out for us. They raise taxes over here 100%. My cousin has to pay an extra $2,000 on her taxes.
Oh, man.
So, however, we still got vacant lots. We still got trash everywhere.
Yeah.
I have to call every summer to 311 or down to Monique Scott's office and tell them to come clean vacant lots, come cut bushes down. You can't even see. The street lights, the lights are dull. So at nighttime, the streets are literally dark, okay? So it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And another thing about this upcoming election, we have to vote everyone from Crisco on down up out of that office because they all play a part in what is going on in Chicago today and in the state of Illinois.
Every single one of them play a part. And you couldn't describe the situation in our neighborhoods any better than what you did, Monica. We're seeing these big tax increases. When we look out our window, come out our front doors, we see no justification as to why we're paying this much money. We're going to have a press conference down at City Hall, and we're going to talk about this later on in the show. So continue to listen, Monica, so that you'll know how to join us in our continuous fight against these property taxes and how we plan on approaching this fight in the next upcoming weeks, because we all know that having a bonfire of burning your tax bill is not a remedy.
It's not enough.
It's not enough, nor is it a remedy.
And this upcoming election, we need to make sure we have people watching those polls, going to those polls because they cheat.
Because they cheat. And that's been every election. And we hear about that in Cook County Commissioner board meetings all the time. People coming from different organizations that are expressing concerns about the cheating in Illinois elections. So thank you for your call, Monica. Continue to listen.
One more thing, Miss Jessica. Thank God for Donald Trump.
Oh, you said it.
If it wasn't for Donald Trump, America would be sold to the highest bidder.
That's
they
right.
Took all our jobs away. How Ford is made in China or Korea when Ford is an American car? How How is that happening? So I say thank God for Donald Trump. I say I got my family on my side. We all will be voting Republican this upcoming election from the top on down. And this is my first time voting for Republican, but I'm on the Republican side. I am no longer a Democrat.
That's how you do it, Monica. That's how you do it. And that's a clear indication that Chicago can and will flip red. Thank you for your call, Monica.
Ward, that's 24 Ward.
Yes.
You too.
All right, now you continue to listen.
All hands on
Thank
deck.
you. All hands on deck. We got Dennis from Chicago that's on the line. Let's hear from you, Dennis.
Hey, how you ladies doing?
Hey, we're all right. Hey, Dennis.
Yeah. Here's a little history thing. Now, Brandon Johnson, we don't know if Brandon Johnson is from Elgin. We don't know if he's from Illinois. We don't know if he's from this country. And we don't know if he's from this planet. So the thing about it is this here. Now, here's the thing. Brandon Johnson is the fourth black mayor that served under Lori Lightfoot, his twin brother, Eugene Sawyer, and Harold Washington. He's the fourth black mayor. Now, the reason why he wants this so-called tax on the corporate rich is because he's trying to pay his CTU buddies. We already know that. That's how it is. Now, there is not enough billionaires or millionaires that populate the city of Chicago. Mm-hmm. There's not. If you look at it. So if you do a corporate head tax, what they're going to do is they're going to eliminate the workers, so it won't be no more tax. Then once you eliminate the workers, guess what? They're going to be desperate to commit the crime. If I'm correct.
Well, Dennis, this is what we do know. We have seen a very dishonest mayor. Mm-hmm. We've seen that before our very eyes, something that we've never seen before. Thank you for calling. Continue to listen. Continue to support Chicago Flips Red. And continue to just be mindful of what it is that we're really up against. We are up against dismantling a machine of corruption that has been going on for so long. And they came with a plan for Chicago. They came with a plan to make Chicago look like California. But what they didn't expect is that there would be a Zoe Lee, that there would be a Jessica Jackson, and up the pipe would come a Danielle Carter that would deal with them and be able to pump the brakes on some of this stuff that's going on. So thank you for calling. When we come back, we got more calls.
Would you like to have your mortgage or rent paid for all of 2026? That sounds like a Christmas miracle, doesn't it?
This is what Christmas is all about.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what AM 560 The Answer wants to do for you. Go to 560theanswer.com/miracle to enter our Christmas Mortgage Miracle Contest. Enter once per day, every day, between now and December 20th. You can have your rent or mortgage paid for all of next year.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Nice. Go to 560theanswer.com/miracle.
The holidays are here again, and it's really getting cold outside. It's time to snuggle up by the fireplace with a delicious mug full of Bob's Belgian hot chocolate. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Each sip is so rich, so luxurious, and oh so chocolatey. Bob makes his hot chocolate with 100% imported Belgian chocolate, and it's so easy to make. You just stir it into hot milk and voila! You just made yourself the best hot chocolate ever. You can buy Bob's Belgian hot chocolate mix and sticks online at bobsbelgianhotchocolate.com or visit us at Chris Kindle Markets at Daily Plaza, Wrigley, and Aurora. Come on out and join in on all of the holiday fun with visitors from all over the world. We can click our glasses and wish each other good cheer with a delicious mug full of Bob's Belgian hot chocolate. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Bob'sBelgianHotChocolate.com.
In today's fast-paced world, professionals face endless projects, deadlines, competition. To thrive, you need mental clarity, sharp focus, and reliable memory. That's why the same company that brings you Relief Factor created Think Factor. Factor. Think Factor is designed to help you think clearer and perform better daily. It's a powerful blend of nutrients that supercharges your memory and sharpens your focus. You can stay on top of your work and outshine the competition. After a couple of weeks of taking Think Factor, I noticed a dramatic difference in my clarity, my focus, even my memory. And you know what? The longer you take Think Factor, the better the results are. If you've ever felt mentally foggy or struggled to keep up with everything on your plate, well, Think Factor can help you reclaim your cognitive edge and thrive in your life. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800-4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to order Think Factor. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit relieffactor.com. Your first bottle, just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
All right, we're back. And we're ready to take the calls again. We're getting ready to start. We're going to get Roz from D.C., Maryland. But before we go to her, I think it was something else that Zoe wanted to point out real quickly about the budget. What did you want to point out, Zoe?
Oh, that the property taxes. Now, first of all, we have to show up in numbers. December 10th is the next city council meeting, which is Wednesday, and we need to show up in numbers because at this point, it's about we're paying for the price for illegal aliens that we didn't ask to be here, and we didn't ask our tax dollar to go here. That money that we're paying, that we paid for illegal aliens, could have went to figure out a reform for our property taxes to not go up. Rent is going to go up, so if you're not a property owner, your rent is going to go up, and it's an issue, and it's going to continue to happen. This does not have nothing to do with Donald Trump. I want y'all to understand, Donald Trump was not in office. He was not in office when Brandon Johnson got in office in May of 2023, and when he accepted the first $51 million from the federal government that he could have said no. So I just want to make that clear. But December 10th is city council meeting, 10 a.m. Show up in numbers. Bring your property taxes. Bring your property tax bill. And like I said, this is how we have to show and let them know they cannot pass this budget.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Roz, we see that you coming in from D.C., from the D.C., Maryland area. And we're ready to take your call. What do you have to say, Roz? We're waiting for Roz to come on the line. And while we're waiting for her, she is. Okay, there you are.
Hello?
Okay, Roz, we hear you. Yes, go ahead.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, Miss Jessica, because you know what, you're a friend in my head for years now, and I've seen your prodigious work. And keep it up, my sister.
For sure.
And to my younger sisters, Zoe and Danny, you ladies are doing it. I'm so proud of the work that you're doing, and I want you ladies to keep it up. I know right now you're spreading that great information about us as citizens versus being people that are so-called residents or illegal aliens. I'm going to say it what it is legally. It's illegal aliens that are coming in to these states, and these politicians and politicians are coming in, and they are taking this wealth for themselves. They have people that they're answering to. I know their coffers and pockets are being stuffed. And right now, we need to expose all of that. It's about this. Donald Trump is the year for exposure.
Yes.
That's what he's representing.
Yes.
And one of the things that I wanted to say, too, is people need to do just like that other sister that called in from Chicago. I don't know you, sister, but I do know you, sister, is we need to start getting up out of that Democratic Party as American freedmen. Those are people who descend from emancipated people, and we need to either flip something. We need to flip red or we need to flip independent, but do not sit there and continue to be a Democrat. You go to vote.whatever your state is, Illinois.gov, and you're able to change it. Get yourself be a card carrying something else other than Democrat, because as long as they have you in their back pocket and you're registered, they don't think you're going to go anywhere. So show them. Be very strong. You wouldn't stay in a situation, in a relationship where you're being beaten and abused. So don't stay in this detrimental relationship and be abused. So I wanted to thank the three of you. I wanted you all to know and your audience to know that, hey, y'all audience is massive, okay? So it's a lot of people that are paying attention to every word that you ladies are saying. And it's a lot of people. If you're in Chicago, you need to be asking these ladies, how can I be a part of Chicago Flip Red? What do you all need from us? And be a part of it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you, ladies.
Well, that's
and keep up the struggle.
Perfect comment. And thank you so much, Roz, for your support. Thank you for that. We're going to go to Glenn from Orlando, who's on the line. What say you, Glenn? And I heard that you bought donuts up in here. Is that you? Is that you that bought donuts up in here, Glenn?
I'm guilty.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I know you ladies have got a lot of energy, but I thought a little extra boost of sugar would help you during the show, too.
You're definitely right about that. What do you say about all this that's going on in Chicago and with this budget, with Mayor Brandon Johnson, with Governor Pritzker, Tony Preckwinkle, the 50 disgraced aldermen, and the list goes on and on? What you got to say about all of this, Glenn?
Well, I wanted to start by saying today is a very historic day in the United States. Today is the day that the 13th Amendment was ratified into the Constitution. The 13th Amendment is the abolition of slavery and involuntary servitude. So it was ratified today in 1865. So that's important for everybody to remember, because that changed the country and put it on the right track. However, you still have servitude in terms of paying taxes and crime and poor education. I mean, the quality of life is based on what we're able to do to improve ourselves. And if we have a black cloud of taxes and crime, it's gonna impact everybody negatively. The quality of life is going to go down. So everybody should fight. You should not remain neutral. You should fight for your rights and fight for your freedoms that really you're entitled to, and improvement in quality of life. So I commend you three for being courageous and doing things, and everybody should follow your lead.
I appreciate it. We appreciate the compliment and the encouragement and the support.
And the reminder of the 13th Amendment.
Yes, thank you.
Because people need to understand that, if you're a true Republican and you understand what the 13th and 14th and 15th Amendment meant for us, like the 14th Amendment that our beautiful president is fighting for us, that means he speaks volumes. So thank you, Glenn.
Yeah, the issue of birthright citizenship and the 13th Amendment, the 14th and 15th Amendment, those amendments that we call the Reconstruction Amendments. And I thank you so much for bringing that up today and highlighting that today, because as you said, Glenn, that was a pivotal point in time in history, and it is what put this country in a different direction, that showed that the Republican Party had good intentions for the country and good intentions for black people in terms of stopping slavery. Thank you for that. And thank you for that reminder. And thank you for the donuts.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you, and have a wonderful day, and continue to listen. We're going to go to our next caller, Billy. He's from Virginia. What do you have to say, Billy?
Hi, Danny. I've watched a lot of your stuff.
Hello.
Hello?
We hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you.
You hear me, Danny?
Yes, I do. Hello.
I've been watching your stuff and keeping up with all this stuff with Chicago. I've never been to see. You know, I've lived in the country all my life, and I just can't believe how bad Brandon Johnson done you up.
Well, we thank you for watching. And Danny, is there anything that you want to say to Billy? Because he's calling from Virginia.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It just shows the support we have. And please keep supporting us. And thank you. I just want to thank you.
I'm so proud of you, Danny.
Thank you so much.
You're standing up for what's right. You need to run for mayor. You do. Because you care about your people. You're not like him. You can't be paid off. You need to do that so you all, you stand up for what's right.
Thank you so much. Yes, and I love everybody. I do love the people. You're absolutely right. And thank you so much for always supporting us.
And you're absolutely right about Danny with that passion. And that was one of the things that made me notice her right away once Zoe started bringing her around, that she had that passion that we were looking for, a perfect fit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hugh Hewitt doesn't see the evidence.
Do you believe President Trump has issued any illegal orders?
To my knowledge, I am not aware of things that are illegal, but certainly there are some legal gymnastics that are going on with these Caribbean strikes.
Why can't someone answer the question? Not one of them has been able to come up with one illegal order because they made it all up.
The Hugh Hewitt Show, afternoons at 2, right before Sean Thompson at 4 on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Carmen Roberts. Demonstrators gathered outside the White House today to protest U.S. military strikes on boats near Venezuela and possible strikes on land.
If we want to see democracy in the continent, let's start right here in the United States.
U.S. carried out a 22nd boat strike on Thursday. Small Business Administration's investigating alleged COVID loan fraud by Somalis in Minnesota. Administrator Kelly Loeffler tells Fox News.
It appears that this fraud ring is being perpetrated across all types of government assistance that is meant for families that are hungry, families that need housing, young children that need education.
Governor Tim Walz denies knowing anything about the fraud and says his administration's working to stop it from happening again. America's listening to Fox News.
Networks, streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. But where did the concept originate? We may be biased, but we think these big wigs found their inspiration for plus at Hassellus Mattress. Hassellus showrooms are employee-free. Give your mattress a try with no pushy sales guy. Plus, our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393. Plus, unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup. Plus, free haul away and disposal of your old mattress. Plus, 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit. Plus, a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Plus, a ruggedly handsome spokesman with a smooth radio voice. Get all this, plus a whole lot more when you shop at Hassellus Mattress. Or maybe we should change our name to Hassellus Plus. Nah. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hassellus.com.
The Liberty Cigar Company was founded with one mission in mind: to tell America's magnificent story. We pay homage to the seminal people in American history by way of a meticulously crafted premium cigar, custom blended to match the personality of the one so honored. This holiday season, give your special someone the gift of history, as told by a Liberty cigar. Every box is beautifully gift wrapped at no charge. Check out all our cigar collections at libertycigars.com. That's libertycigars.com, where every cigar has a story to tell.
Hi, I'm Ken Mariotti, owner of Woodland Windows and Doors, a third-generation family-owned business since 1969. We know you're bombarded by choices when shopping for new windows or doors, so we're inviting you to experience the Woodland difference. For decades, we have been transforming living spaces with Marvin Windows, a fifth-generation family business. Marvin replacement windows have been known to increase the warmth of your cold rooms by 10 degrees. Think about that, 10 degrees warmer. When you welcome Woodland into your home, you will get a product expert to transform your living spaces, full-time, dedicated professional installers that you can trust in your home, along with the best products like Marvin. These are the reasons we're proud of our 5-star reviews and family legacy. No gimmicks, no pressure, and upfront pricing are why Woodland Windows and Doors is your trusted window and door expert in Chicagoland. Visit woodlandwindows.com to book your free in-home expert consultation. That's woodlandwindows.com, or stop by our showroom at the corner of Lake and Geary in Roselle.
Hey Chicagoland, your trusted friend Jeff here from JeffBuysYourHouse.com. Over the past few months, I've shared how our veteran-led team serves Chicagoland homeowners. Today, I want to share with you what your neighbors are saying about working with us. Like Mary in Downers Grove, who wrote, "They listened to my concerns about moving from my home of 30 years and created a timeline that worked for me." Or Tom and Carol Stream, who said, "Their team helped me sort through 40 years of memories with respect and patience." This is why hundreds of your neighbors have given us a 5-star Google review and an A+ rating with the BBB. We don't just buy houses. We help people through life's transitions with understanding and care. No repairs needed, no cleanout required, and always on your timeline. Ready to work with the home buying team your neighbors trust? Sell your house to the trusted source by calling us at 630-895-9530. That's 630-895-9530 or jeffbuysyourhouse.com.
Salem News Channel, your go-to source for news and conservative opinion. We reveal how politics hits home, how your family, your freedoms, your way of life are debated, challenged, even regulated. Every day we cut through the noise, pitting nonsense against common sense. On every screen, in every home, Salem News Channel is across America. This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Get up, get on up, get up, get on up.
Everybody, I told you at the halfway point we were going to have a surprise. And a surprise we do have. In the house with us right now, we got Afro Elite. We got Afro Elite, and we're bringing him in at the halfway mark so that Detroit can get some of this from Afro Elite before they leave the air at 6 o'clock. Now, the reason why I brought him in is because, unbeknownst to you all, Afro Elite was the first person to give Chicago Flip Red a formal interview on his podcast, Afro Elite. And so because we were here today, and to give you all the opportunity to hear from all three of us at the same time, I brought him in to do the second half of the show for us. We'll still have our call-in calls. He knows what to do. He's an expert at it too. And so we're going to have some fun the second half of the show so that you all can talk to all three of us, because I know that you all like to see all three of us together in action. So we had that here, and here we are, Afro Elite. You ready?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Jackson. All right. A shout out to John Anthony. Thank him for this. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Black and Right Radio, 560 AM, 92.7 FM, 1400 AM, Detroit, Michigan. The call-in number is 312-642-5600. All right, phone line's blowing up, so make sure y'all call in right now, all right? We're going to get to the next caller. You've been waiting patiently. Thank you very much. We're going to get to caller David from Mount Greenwood.
What do you got to say, Dave?
Hey, Danielle, Zoe, Mrs. Jackson, Jessica, just shouting out to Chicago Flip Red. I am so excited. I'm great to hear you guys on the radio. How you
Two
feeling?
flags, David.
Yeah.
Two flags.
David.
We are going to flip Illinois red, too. So, and I just wanted to acknowledge you guys, and I will be there Wednesday, the 10th, next week. Just complain, let them know about our property taxes. And, guys, I'm running for 35th District State Representative, and I just wanted to thank you, Chicago Flips Red, for endorsing me. And I support you guys, and we're going to go to City Hall and let Brandon Johnson know he ain't paying $36,000 for that haircut. It's part of the budget.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He's wasting money. But I wanted to ask Zoe a question. So, Zoe, you've been working, all of you guys have been working hard for 2 years. What did you do? Like, you had an interesting, experience like before Chicago Flips Red. And what were some of the things you did that kind of equipped you to, go into this battle for the last couple of years?
Well, I am a comedian at heart. I graduated from Second City, and then I got the honor to work with and manage Dick Gregory for 4 years. I call that Dick Gregory University, and he gave me the knowledge and to help me push this. But I've always been pro us and pro family, but I've always branded stuff. I've worked with a lot of entertainers and stuff like that. I call myself one of the brand masters, one of the greatest brand people in my time. And I was I branded Chicago Flips Red, and I'm grateful for it because
I think you did all right.
No?
And now, is there going to be something coming up shortly, like conservative comedy? Because there's a lot of material the Democrats are giving us,
Yes, I'm working on that too. Yes. I have pinned the reason why I had to go Republican.
Thank you, David.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys. Well, thank you. God bless.
Thank you. Yes,
We'll see
thank
you Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Absolutely.
see you Wednesday.
All hands on deck.
Love you, ladies.
Love you too. Thank you.
All hands on deck, baby.
Yes.
Now,
all
we're going to
hands
get
on
to the
deck.
next caller. We're going to get to Sandra from Chicago.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, ladies, I met you guys on the cruise. Ms. Jackson, I remember I was telling you how Brandon from Elgin, you're not even from Chicago.
Yes.
I was talking to you guys. You guys are so beautiful. I follow you on Instagram. And I'd like to join you guys at the next council meeting or sometime I can get off of work and yell at the mayor myself. A few things that are really have bothered me, or since Rom and Lori and this dummy, is if we look at the 2020 looting and COVID, State Street, kills me. I'm born and raised in Chicago, and my parents escaped communist Yugoslavia. I'm a proud Croatian American Croatian, whatever. I fly both flags. Michigan Avenue, double parking on Michigan Avenue. I can't even believe my eyes when I see this double parking on State Street. I can't even believe my eyes. When in God's blessed me before all this madness happened, were you allowed to double park on those main streets? State streets used to be for music lessons, for ballet class, for orchestra. I'd be going downtown as a teenage girl in my 20s and my 30s. You had to move your shoulders around to get past all the foot traffic. State Street is a ghost town. A ghost town. This is embarrassing. My heart is broken. What happened to the snow on the side streets this past week? Did any of these side streets get cleaned? Second, look at
You make a good point. You make a good point, and I'm so glad that you're here doing this. That you can remember, and that you're bringing us back to what Chicago used to be and needs to be.
Yes.
Thank you. We're gonna get more callers when we come back from commercial break.
Yes. Thank you.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, doctors Economos, Gave Alice, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
You need a construction company, but who?
Call Croscom.
A construction company you can trust that shares your Christian and conservative values. For decades, Croscom has been doing work in Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana, and Wisconsin. Roofs, siding, windows, doors, gutters, basically everything for your home or business, even solar. Quality work and professional services that make you feel great about your decision to work with Croscom.
Call Croscom.
630-871-5500. Give them a chance to earn your business. If your repairs are due to storm, fire, or flood damage, you need to
call Croscom.
They're licensed public adjusters. They work for you, not the insurance company. Croscom will work to get you the money you deserve, the maximum payout. They know the insurance companies and how to deal with them. They win for you.
Call Croscom.
Croscom Construction and Public Adjusters.
This is Dan Lights with Croscom. You can trust us with your home or business for high quality work and fair prices. It's the only way we do business.
630-871-5500. CroscomPublicAdjusters.com.
When it comes to industrial coating and finishing, cutting corners isn't an option. That's why leading manufacturers across the Midwest trust D&D Industrial Coatings in Racine, Wisconsin. From powder coating and liquid painting to blasting and custom finishing, D&D Industrial delivers top-tier protection and performance, fast, precise, and built to last. With over 40 years of experience, ISO-certified processes, and state-of-the-art lines, D&D handles everything from OEMs and petrochemical to agriculture, marine, construction, medical, and government specs. Family-owned, nationally trusted. Whether it's a short run or high volume, your parts are in expert hands, finished on time and finished right. Visit them today, ddindustrial.net. Again, that's ddindustrial.net. Or call them at 262-637-0686 to get your custom quote today. Again, that's 262-637-0686. D&D Industrial Coatings, engineered to protect, finished to impress.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
All right. We're back.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I would like to play this clip, all right? Y'all listen closely, because we got our good activist Danny C going off on Brandon Johnson. Y'all don't want to miss.
Well, we'll... Danny C.
Playing the clip. Danny C.
Kids and LGBT. You got a black woman right there, black man. You got a black woman right there, black man with a black wife and 3 black kids and LGBT. You got 2 black ladies over there. There you go. You got a black woman right there, black man. You got a black woman right there, black man with a black wife and 3 black kids and LGBT. You got 2 black ladies over there, black man, who just told you got a black man right here who just told you their properties are being taken. Black people properties are being taken by your guy, Obama. That's displacing senior citizens and black people, black man. Where's I want you to stand up with us and do a press conference with us. When you gonna do it, black man, Brandon Johnson, since you're fighting white supremacy, all these black people said they reached out to you. That's a black man right there who want to get his kid, black man, since you so family oriented. Where can we get a press conference with you and these black aldermen? Can we get y'all to stand? There you go.
Danny. Okay, way to tell him. Way to tell him. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. What was going on?
Black man.
What was you thinking about when you said that? Because everything you said was absolutely true. The whole black man thing he uses for the media when he tries to dodge himself, dodge accountability. And I'm glad you told him that. Talk to us, Danny. Talk to us.
Because he's always acting like he's fighting for the black citizens. But you had 2 black women that came down there since you've been in office, and you allowed them to come down there, and and in the beginning they were very nice. They asked you nicely to help them. You could have helped them. Anybody who cared about black citizens, as he say, would have just brought them in and see what he can do, anything. But you allowed them to come down there with no help at all. But somehow you want to convince us that you're fighting white supremacy and that you're fighting for the black citizen. So that just pissed me off when I see him every time talking about how he's fighting for the black citizens and calling Donald Trump racist and talking about white supremacy when he's the one that's suppressing us. So
Absolutely.
That's what that was.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Using his melanin as a shield to dodge accountability as the black people under his leadership are being completely exploited. So thank you for that. We have a caller on the line, James from Pennsylvania. James is coming up from Pennsylvania.
I would like to say I appreciate all what y'all doing up there in Chicago.
Thank you.
Because, it can't be easy, dealing with that kind of mayor you have. But we need to fight. Chicago needs to get rid of that restricted zoning law. Because on top of the rate hikes on your taxes, the restricted zoning law is stopping new multifamily units from going up to bring down the rents in Chicago.
True. Yes.
Because rent is extremely high. So we have to get relaxed zoning laws. The good thing about Chicago I like is that you have a ban on rent control and rent stabilization. That's a good thing. So all you need to do is get rid of restricted zoning, and because right now what's going on in Chicago, y'all are getting a political lynching by the Democrat Party.
Yes.
They're not even lynching us by a vote. They're lynching us by the policies. Their policies is politically lynching us, and I'm feeling it in Philadelphia, so I know Chicago's 10 times worse.
Yeah.
But, you got to keep up the fight, because we can't allow these illegal aliens to flood our areas, our communities, black communities, are a dumping ground for illegal aliens.
Yeah.
And we have to stop that. That's disrespectful that they would dump that kind of people, those criminals, into our neighborhoods. We got enough criminals in our neighborhoods.
That's true.
We don't need to add any additional.
That's true, James. And this is why we're doing what we're doing now, because enough is enough.
That's right.
The city is sick. The city needs to be healed, and there needs to be people, real people, not paid politicians or activists, real people who are going to do it, and that's what we're here to do now. And I appreciate your support, even from Pennsylvania. Your support means a lot, so thank you, James.
All right, make America great again. See y'all later.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you absolutely right. And it's good to see different parts of the country call in, like Philadelphia,
East Coast,
like Detroit, Maryland, D.C., parts of the country that have been, especially the big cities, that are predominantly black. And that's what makes Chicago Flips Red so important. Because in these blue states where they are Democrat ran, and what we have seen happen to our cities over the last decades is horrible. And it's been under Democratic leadership and Democrat control. We have to do just like what we're doing now. We're not so naive as to believe that this only affects the black community, but like our last caller said, the situation started at the feet of the black community when they dumped them in our communities. So we're speaking out about it, and we're taking it to whoever we need to take it to correct this problem. And that's
Just
it.
how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Making the switch to a new communications and IT company may seem like a big ordeal, but if you're not getting the reliable support, consistent internet, and secure solutions your company needs, meet Access One, your local Chicagoland IT experts. Access One has been powering Chicago businesses with secure, reliable IT solutions for over 30 years from our headquarters right here in the West Loop. Whether it's VoIP phones, dedicated internet, managed cybersecurity, cloud backups, or 24/7 support, Access One is here for you. Serving thousands of companies from Naperville to the North Shore, Access One is Chicago-owned and Chicago-run, a trusted IT partner for law firms, clinics, tech startups to manufacturers. We'll make the switch easier than you think. Let's talk. Call 800-804-8333 or visit accessoneinc.com. Rated top 5% in customer satisfaction and a Better Business Bureau A+ rated business. That's accessoneinc.com. Tech made personal locally.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Welcome to Black Right Radio, 560 AM to 92.7 FM. All right. We got a caller on the line from Blue Island. Philip from Blue Island. Talk to us. What's on your mind?
I'm very curious. The conversation has been pretty good. I'm just curious. You want to turn anything red, but you have a standard bearer that when it comes to, like, Haitians, they're sending legal residents of Haitian descent back to places like Haiti. We all know what's going on in Haiti, and we know what the Clintons and the United States and France has done to Haiti. But you're going to send people back to that. You want to attack Venezuela. You're blowing up people. Trump. I'm just laying this all at Trump's feet.
Because I was about to say, I ain't blowing nobody up, but okay.
Again, I said I'm just laying it at Trump's feet.
Okay.
I didn't say anything about anybody else.
Okay.
And blowing up people on boats, killing people that are trying to live, even though they were on these particular boats. There's no proof that there's drugs or these drugs are coming to America. You got him wanting to speak out against Nigeria. He wants to go into Nigeria. He wants to go into Venezuela. I think he did an attack on them today. And again, there's all these different, again, calling reporters piggy and again, when it comes to being an American African, I kind of flip that around just for my own personal use. How can you be of any type of African descent and still support a president that will go after a sitting congressperson and call the people of Minnesota and the Haitians, call them garbage, call certain African countries S-hole countries, and you still want me as a black man to attack Brendan Johnson or attack any other black political leader or attack the Democrats when you have a white racist in the White House that are saying and doing all these type of things, attacking black people.
Well, Philip, this is what I'm going to say about that. First of all, yes, Chicago Flips Red hasn't attacked anyone. What we have done is stood for America first, because black people are Americans in America. And as it pertains to other groups and other nationalities, it's not to say that there's no compassion there, but it is to say that right now America needs to save itself. Right now, America has allowed the Democratic Party to take a hold on this country and send it in a direction that we don't want it to go. That's what the polls said. The polls said that the majority of Americans, 77 million Americans, in fact, wanted Donald Trump. The polls said, according to the Electoral College, that the majority of the country, they said that it hadn't been an Electoral College red map that red since Ronald Reagan. So clearly, the country, the American people saw that there was a need to go in a different direction. Now, we're not talking about personality, because we've seen some of the sweetest faces, the beautiful smiles of the Democratic Party that has this country looking like the way that it does. So we're not going to get caught up in personality. We're getting caught up in policy. We're getting caught up in policy, and the policy of the Democratic Party has hurt America. Whether you got a good personality of a Joe Biden that sat there and grinned, whether you got Bill Clinton who sat there and played the saxophone, whether you got Hillary Clinton who said she was
you
willing.
Get into personality.
I'm just telling you what I just saw, what they ran on.
Okay,
Biden said that if you don't vote for Democrat, you ain't black. That's insulting to me. That's insulting to a lot of black people. We're going to let you hold. We're going to let you hold, and we're going to let you come back. We're going to commercial, and we're going to let you come back because we just having a conversation. That's all. We're just having a conversation. We'll be right back to you.
Don't put your blame on me.
Fearless conversations and sharp analysis of the stories that matter. It's the Aaron Mullins Show, now available on the Salem Podcast Network.
I do find it a little bit off-putting when someone has a history of calling others out for being complicit via their silence to then occupy that space themselves. The hypocrisy is the issue I have.
The Aaron Mullins Show on the Salem Podcast Network. Subscribe today on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
You need to be tuning into the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, the radio companion to the Amazon best-selling book, Success Blueprint, How to Build the Retirement You Deserve. Each week, Michael shares strategies designed to help reduce market risk through income-generating investments that can provide steady returns. Because if you can avoid a big loss, you don't need to take big risks. Catch the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, Saturday mornings at 10, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer Chicago.
They say he confessed. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Sources tell Fox News the man accused of planting pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC headquarters in Washington, D.C. the night before the 2021 Capitol riot confessed to the crime. Brian Cole Jr. made his first court appearance yesterday.
The man accused of planting pipe bombs outside the Republican and Democratic National Party headquarters in 2021 told investigators he was disappointed in the 2020 election results. Brian Cole Jr. confessed to planting the bombs on the eve of the January 6th U.S. Capitol riot. Cole Jr. was arrested Thursday in Virginia, remains in jail.
Fox's Chanley Painter reporting. The Trump administration is waiving the remaining $11 million of a $140 million penalty against Southwest Airlines for its December 2022 holiday meltdown. The DOT says that's because Southwest has invested more than $1 billion to improve its operations since then. President Trump met with his counterparts from Canada and Mexico in D.C. yesterday after joining them at the FIFA World Cup draw. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more from D.C.
The FIFA World Cup coming with a side of international affairs. As President Trump received the inaugural Peace Prize, the president called receiving the award one of the great honors of his life. He has touted ending several wars, saving millions of lives with an eye on stopping the war in Ukraine next. The president also highlighted the domestic impact of the World Cup. He sees the event as an economic opportunity, with the games potentially generating $30 billion in gross output for the country. The administration is sharpening its message on the economy. Regarding positive economic markers, the Challenger report shows layoff plans fell last month compared to October. That is 24% higher than November last year, but the administration believes things will turn around.
America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight, expect 1 to 2 inches of snow, which may create slippery roads and sidewalks, leading to travel issues. The temperature will drop to 26 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Dan Proft here to tell you about our 2025 Food for the Poor campaign. If you've listened to the station and to our show for any length of time, then you already know about Food for the Poor. They are a nonprofit, faith-based organization that provides food, water, medicine, clothing, and life-saving supplies directly to local partners in Latin America and the Caribbean. We all know about how bad the situation is in Latin America and the Caribbean right now. Economic decline, political instability and corruption, and high food prices. The only thing standing between these families and starvation is Food for the Poor and their partners who are providing life-saving food relief on the ground. But in order to get food and water to those who need it most, Food for the Poor needs your help. Your gift of just $150 can provide food and water for 2 children for an entire year. For a gift of $300, you can provide food and water for 4 children for an entire year. To make a gift of any amount, just call 844-862-4673. That's 844-862-4673. Or visit 560theanswer.com/foodforthepoor.
We've all been there. It's the opening night of the school play. Or it's the piano or dance recital. Or maybe it's the Christmas pageant at your church. And everyone's fumbling with their phones, leaning and straining to get the perfect snapshot of that special moment. And too often, the images come out blurry, crooked, or overexposed. For the big events in the life of your church or school, trust Tom Killoran Photography. This locally owned family business can provide the solutions you need for your important event photography. They've worked with dance studios, orchestras, and sports teams to capture those memorable moments that you want to last a lifetime. And they can do the same for you and your organization. Tom Killoran Photography is also the official photographer for AM 560 The Answer. To learn more and to see their portfolio, just visit KilloranPhotography.com. That's KILLORAN photography.com or call them at 708-361-0025. Tom Killoran Photography, capturing important life moments for over 30 years.
Hey, it's Scott Tucker and my new co-host,
Amy Jacobson,
on AM 560. We wanted you to know that we have a special show every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. here on AM 560 The Answer. It is Retirement Dakota with Scott Tucker and
Amy Jacobson.
It's every Sunday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. 2-hour show, 2-hour radio extravaganza. Amy, we're going to tantalize the listening public and the listening private with all kinds of retirement planning information. So tune in at AM 560 Sunday mornings at 7 a.m.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Black and Right Radio, 560 AM, 92.7 FM. Last time we were talking to Philip. Philip is still on the line, and Miss Jackson ain't done. Miss Jackson, talk to us.
Yeah, Philip, here's the thing. Have you seen your property tax bill? Have you seen the sales taxes and all the other taxes that the Americans here in Chicago, the citizens here in Chicago, have to pay? See, we're talking about real economics. We're not talking about philosophies. We're not talking about feel-good speeches. We're talking about what's really happening. And what's really happening is the American people, the citizens of Chicago, are having to pay for these illegals to be here. Have you forgotten that Joe Biden had horses and whips that was sending Haitians back? So we're not going to act like Donald Trump got in office and is doing something so different than any other president. We're not going to do that. What we are going to do is protect our tax dollars because we have to live. Whatever issues that these people have in their countries, they need to take it up with their countries. And us as Black Americans, we feel that more than anybody. We didn't run to any other country for help. We sat right here. We stood right here. Our ancestors stood right here in the soil of America, fought in every war. Our blood is in that soil. So no, our heart does not go first to illegal immigrants. Now we understand that America has an immigration system that has welcomed people from all different countries and all different backgrounds to come to America. The only thing that America is requiring is that they come in through the right way. That's the issue. We don't want to pay for all of this. You want to pay for it, Philip? Then come get my property tax bill.
Let them stay at your house.
That's where it is now. It's America first. Now, America has done the things that America has done all over the country, but we want Americans first.
I waited.
Yeah, you did.
I actually did.
Hold on, because we got Philip. Hold on, we got other people who want to respond to you. We have other people. I want to add this real quick. You talk about how Trump talks about reporters, what he says to reporters. No, Trump has never been the most polite person. We all know that. Trump is not polite. But this is not about being politically correct. We're talking about policy for policy. And the Democratic policy is far more dangerous than anything the Republicans and Donald Trump is proposing. Zoe Lee.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the 94 crime bill, you think about mass incarceration, like all the things that we have been, that has happened between Obama, Biden, Clinton, and it's like for some reason it's like we forget that, like we ignore that, and and that's the problem. We keep piling things, and we keep going all the way to the bottom. And they just put this illegal invasion on us. That it's on our tax dollar. And you think that's okay? You worried about how he speaks, how he talks, because you don't think that he's polite?
That's not the only thing I mentioned, but that's what you want to go to. That's fine.
That's what you said. That is what you said.
No, I know I said that, but I also mentioned the killing of voters. I mentioned Epstein.
Here's the thing: boats shouldn't be coming here illegally. That's the point. Boats shouldn't be coming here illegally.
Do you know how many? Do you know how much fentanyl is flowing? Do you know how much fentanyl is flowing through our community? And the young people are the ones that's dying from it, and 70% of them are black in the urban areas, especially in Chicago. So what about them? You don't care about them, right? But you care about Somalians who are you care about Somalians who are doing welfare fraud. You care about them who don't even identify as black, but now all of a sudden they want to be black now that Trump is shining a light on what's going on. So no, we are not going to do that. We're for America. We're for listen. We're for America first and Americans first. If you have a problem with that, then you go to the country that you want to fight for. If you want to fight for Haitians, if you want to fight for Somalians, if you want to fight for Nigerians, go over there and fight with them. Go over there. But right now, we have to deal with an invasion. 22 million. Listen, 22 million illegal aliens was allowed to come here. We're dealing with that. So no, we don't have no sympathy for anybody who came over here illegally. So if you do, go to that country and help them fight.
Wait a minute, stop. Come on. You really...
No, you go ahead. But we are allowing, Philip, we are allowing you to have a conversation. But a conversation goes both ways.
It was three people.
You're trying to cut people off, Philip.
Stop cutting us off and give us the courtesy that we gave you when you called in. Now you have 4 people in the studio, okay?
And
all right. So okay. If you would allow us to express our thought, and then we'll get back to you, Philip. Okay. But everybody has an opinion on this, and everybody. Okay, you know what, Philip? We're going to let you go ahead and get your thought out so that we can go to the next call. Okay, Philip, what is it?
All I'm saying is, when you have a president, who's the standard bearer? He's the top. I went to the store today and spent $100. Every time I go to the grocery store, it's $100. Where it used to probably be 60.
No, it wasn't.
Thank Bionomics for that. Thank Bionomics for that. Thank Bionomics for that. We're not gonna let you lie. We're not gonna let you lie. We're not gonna let you lie. We was in 3 recessions. We was in 3 recessions under Biden.
Stop it.
Yeah. Shout out.
We're moving on. All right.
Next.
Okay. You see how he backpedaled? Okay.
Yeah.
And then talks about I used to spend. That's anecdotal. We can't prove that or disprove that.
No, we can prove
okay,
that
he's
buying
making it up.
mamas didn't
We're
work.
moving on to Michael from the South Side. Michael, talk to us, Michael.
Hi. Good evening. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Thank you
and
for calling.
thank you for the courage to host the show.
Yeah.
We've been told that the property tax increases that affected the South and West sides were caused by the devaluation of our properties downtown. So when are these liberal reporters going to point out that part of the problem these properties downtown were devalued are the political protests, the shootings, and the thefts that were taking place downtown?
Yes.
That's a big problem, and the situation just shows another example of how devious local media has become.
That's very true.
Right.
That's very true.
Right.
They're trying to
yesterday.
They're trying to fool everybody and manipulate everybody. You can finish. You can land. Finish your point.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. And you're right. They are trying to fool the people. And at some point, these local reporters need to properly do their jobs. And they're downplaying the causes of the property taxes, and the journalism is just plain bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's because in this country, and when it comes to mainstream media, we have no journalistic integrity. Yeah. They all work for corporations or the DNC, and they all have interest in agendas. That's why.
If we had an honest media, would nobody be a Democrat?
Well, we appreciate the fact that you are bringing a realistic view to what's going on now. We don't mind having conversation, but we need the other side talking points to be actual talking points. And so the fact that you made just now about how media has been one-tiered, one-sided, because they're not covering very important things like what the protests cost, the fact of what the protesters protested about versus them being quiet now about these property taxes. You are absolutely right.
Oh, yeah, thank you. You're right, too. And, I was downtown yesterday to do some business from my boss. I was downtown, seriously, like yesterday morning, from maybe 8:30 until 10, and it was a ghost town.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why we need you Wednesday. We need you to show up, all hands on deck Wednesday, Michael.
But that's what he wants. That's what they're purposely bankrupting the city. They're purposely bankrupting. So they want that. They like the ghost town. They like this. This is what they want. So that's why we have to come out in numbers, because Chicago should not be a ghost town. This is the third largest city in the country. This is culture. Again, we should not even be in a $1.2 billion deficit at all. We can really get out this deficit because of what Chicago does, what Chicago brings, the history in Chicago, everything. But they purposely want this.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and it's so sad to see this happen to Chicago.
Yes. Callers, thank you for your patience. We will get to you all. We'll be right back after these brief commercial breaks.
Thank you, Michael.
Mike Gallagher sees hope of less tension.
Trump meets Mamdani in the Oval Office, and you'd have thought they were just a couple of bros. I expected it to go badly. On the other hand, I kind of liked that it didn't. There's a part of me that says if you really are serious about lowering the temperature, the political rhetoric and the temperature in America, well, this was a giant step in that direction, was it not?
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 9 on AM 560. The Answer.
Are you ready for a new adventure? Alistair Begg invites you on a remarkable cruise to a part of the world you've never seen before, the old world charm of the Netherlands and the majestic fjords of Norway, September 5th through the 12th, 2026. See this picturesque part of the world where the sights are magnificent and the glacier-carved cliffs demonstrate the grandeur of God's creative handiworks. As Alistair leads you through the scriptures, sail through Norway's breathtaking fjords where towering cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and glassy waters reflect God's splendor. Adventure awaits you in the town of Haugesund, where you can explore a reconstructed Viking farm and stroll through the peaceful grounds of local churches and discover a land rich with history and tradition. Cabins are limited, so call today 855-565-5519, 855-565-5519, or log on to deeperfaithcruise.com.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2. And you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp. And they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest-growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
It's hard to find a nursing home where Christ-centered care is provided. For over 130 years, Lutheran Life has served the needs of seniors at the Lutheran Home in Arlington Heights. With chaplains on full-time duty, the Lutheran Home provides spiritual support as your loved ones confront the hard realities of aging. Our nurses will care for your bodies, and our chaplains will care for your souls. Find out how by visiting LutheranLifeCommunities.org today. That's LutheranLifeCommunities.org.
Ross Shaw talks about building income in retirement.
You know, you can actually structure it in a way to have that $4,000 a month coming in the door every single month. So you don't have to look at the stock ticker and say, oh, the stock market's up today, stock market's down. You still got that $4,000 a month, and having that opportunity to take the vacations and do all the fun things in retirement that you always dreamed to do.
Unleash Your Wealth, Saturday at 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio, 560 AM, 92.7 FM. I'm going to give it over to Miss Jackson.
You know, I just wanted to say briefly, I don't understand what the problem is about our president wanting America to go first. I don't understand what the conflict is there. I don't understand how it is that we can get so caught up in personality that we don't deal with what's in front of us. America is in a place that I've never seen it be in the 63 years that I've been living. I've never felt that America was threatened in any type of way. The first time that you saw something like that, of course, was the 9/11 attack. But outside of that, I've never seen America appear to lose its grip, to not know what's going on. And for me, I welcome a Donald Trump. Yes. I welcome a president that's not the regular political person, the regular politician, somebody that's going to bring business as usual. I welcome the change because we need someone that was going to handle this aggressively. Anytime the country's got to witness caravans and caravans of illegals come to this country unvetted, we don't have any idea who's roaming our streets, who's in our schools, who's in our police departments, who's in our public agencies, who's our next door neighbor. No, we needed someone who could handle this aggressively. And that's just what Donald Trump is doing. So I personally I'm glad to see that he's doing it, because I really don't see another person in this day and time that would handle it the way that Donald Trump is handling it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Real talk. Real talk. We're going to get to our caller now, Ramona. Ramona, you're on the line.
Hi, ladies.
Hey,
Hi, Ramona.
I first want to say that I'm very proud to work with you guys, and you guys are doing a great job. Miss Jessica, you have explained so many things so well tonight. I just wanted to tie into two things. One, I want to tie into how the mainstream media doesn't cover things honestly, along with how they are stealing Black Chicagoans' property. If everyone remembers, there was a big national hullabaloo about how when ICE and Trump went in and cleared out the 37 Tren de Aragua members from the South Shore apartment building. But what the city and the county has done, they've jumped on that opportunity, and they're trying to make it look like this is Donald Trump's fault. They're evicting the Black Chicagoans from that property by claiming there's building violations. Now, they didn't go in there and clean up any building violations when the gang members were in there. But now, if you look at the Tribune, they're reporting it as, oh, Donald Trump and ICE have evicted all these people. But when you read the fine print in the article, you find out that, no, the city is doing that. And the city probably wants that property, just like they wanted Zoe's mom's property, like they want Miss Jackson's property, like they want all of the people that they have doubled their property taxes. And the white liberal voters, who I live amongst, are totally clueless on this. You know, our property taxes on the north side, they went down. Does anyone know that? Does anyone talk about that? No, they've doubled the west side and south side property taxes, where everybody in our neighborhood, their taxes went down. And they say that they're going to tax the rich. Well, we're not rich, okay, but we're you know, working class, middle class. We have the properties are valued much higher over here than they are on the south and west sides. Yet they are giving you guys 100 to 200% tax raises. I haven't heard one mention of, and if you go online, you can check the addresses. All over the north side, they're dropping. So they are securing their white liberal voter base while they are trying to confiscate property and evict the black voter base that they are losing their grip on, and replacing everybody in the black neighborhoods with illegal immigrants that they can manipulate the vote and use them as voters.
You know, Ramona, thank you for that information. You know, thanks a lot for that information. Now, if you would be so kind as to give us the wards and the areas
I can
as
line,
to where
some for you.
Where these property taxes are going down.
I'll send them to Zoe and Danny.
Okay, cool. Where they're going down, because that issue needs to be brought up in City Hall. The fact that the white aldermen are sitting there and watching their wards and their constituents' taxes, property taxes go down.
Hispanic social. Yeah,
well,
the
them
Hispanic
too.
Socialists.
Them too.
Yep.
You know, if you could get us that information so that it can be addressed.
I will. I'll send it over before the meeting.
Thank you.
And then the other thing I wanted to say was, in deference to one of the other callers, I want everyone to know that you don't have to change your voter registration to vote Republican in the primary. All you have to do is request a Republican ballot. It doesn't matter as long as you're registered to vote. So I just want to make sure everyone knows that. Please request a Republican ballot. Stop voting blue. They don't care about you. They don't care about any of us. It is the elites against the working class and the poor, and they just don't give a shit about us. So I'm sorry, shouldn't swear on the radio. Anyway, that was it. You guys are doing an awesome job. Glad to hear you. I've been listening to you all the way home. I've been driving, but I wanted to call in and just bring up those two things: how the media twisted the whole thing on the South Shore. And when Trump comes in and does something good and gets rid of 37 violent gang members, then they go and they kick the neighborhood people out of the apartment building, trying to blame Trump and ICE for that. Yet all they want is the property.
Yes.
I'm glad that you brought that up, Ramona, because I live in South Shore. And that was one of the issues that I took offense to. when they portrayed that situation the way that it was portrayed. And what I want the people from that area to realize is that none of the black aldermen, which in that area, the alderman is Alderman Greg Mitchell. Alderman Desmond Yancey is also a South Shore alderman. And so is Alderwoman Michelle Harris. And if those people in that area look to their left and look to their right, they'll see that those aldermen are not fighting for them. And in fact, it was a recent article in the Sun-Times about how Alderman Greg Mitchell was caught up in some of those building violation situations over there, which is the reason why, as my alderman, he could not even assist me with my problem when he had the fraudulent information from the public officials right there in his hand in a meeting with them. He had to let them get up and walk away because he himself was caught up in the corrupt issues of those buildings in South Shore. So
I believe Michelle Harris is getting kickbacks from some of the developers too.
That whole that whole South Shore area. That whole South Shore area. So we want to thank you for bringing that up and bringing that out. And like I said before, please get that information.
I'll get all that information over to Zoe and Danny before
get it to Zoe and Danny. Yep. That'd be perfect. And then I'll deal with it how I'm going to deal with it with the white
I'm sure that I can send it to you too. But thank you, Miss Jessica.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Danny.
Thank you for the call.
Ladies are doing a great job.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
That's our operations manager, Ramona. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Ramona.
So, do you want to talk about the property taxes? I know you're an expert.
Well, I was I knew that. Actually, it's funny because the reasoning behind our property taxes going up, but not the north side or downtown, is because of COVID and because we've lost businesses and all those things, and it hit hard because all the businesses were leaving, and so the burden was put on the residential, but they didn't say the residential north side. They say the residential south side and the west side. Wow. But I feel like the reason why, because my mother was living downtown when that shelter that the end of Chicago was right there in Streeterville. Okay. I watched a lot of $1 million homes be sold for half the price. I watched people move out every weekend, every week. And the illusion of taxing the ultra rich is supposed to be here to make it seem like he's for the people, but at the end of the day, trying to find like a common ground, or to make it seem like we still want to work with businesses because we know we need the business because he's leaving, but pushing us out, making us think that you're fighting for us, but you're not. It's a game. It's a game, like Dick Gregory always said. And we keep getting hit because we keep voting the way that we vote.
Larry Elder sees another paranoia.
There was a CNN report about the 2020 election. Their politics editor, Chris Cillizza, said 76% of the self-identified Republicans believe there was widespread fraud. However, 78% of Democrats feel the same way about the election that Trump won. But nobody calls them election deniers.
The Larry Elder Show, weeknights at 8, right before Sean Hannity at 10 on AM 560. The Answer.
News, I'm Angelo Bavaro. The Supreme Court agreeing to take up President Trump's order on birthright citizenship.
Trump's order not to grant American citizenship to children born to people in the U.S. illegally or temporarily was struck down by a lower court. Birthright citizenship, which is part of the 14th Amendment, is the first Trump immigration-related policy to reach the high court for a final ruling.
Fox's Chanley Painter. President Trump hosting the Kennedy Center Honor Wreath tonight for a medal presentation ceremony.
As President of the United States and the Chairman of the Board of the Kennedy Center, it's a privilege to pay tribute to the very best in American arts and culture. And that's what you have beside me. They are incredible people.
Among those recipients, actor Sylvester Stallone and rock band Kiss. America is listening to Fox News.
Temperatures are cooling, but not concerns about inflation, market volatility, and taxes. Revisit your financial plan this fall. BestGen Wealth Partners work with individuals to develop personalized plans that help navigate changing conditions with confidence. Visit GetRetiredStayRetired.com to learn more.
Advisory services offered through BestGen Advisors LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Securities offered through Private Client Services LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Private Client Services and BestGen Advisors LLC are unaffiliated entities. Any information discussed does not constitute investment advice. BestGen Advisors and Private Client Services do not offer tax legal advice.
A voice for the new right, charting a new path forward for American conservatism. It's the Josh Hammer Show.
What is the alternative to engaging with your political opponents, to hearing out their criticism in as happy warrior-like fashion as you can have it? The day that we replace that with, God forbid, with violence, that's how republics die. There is nothing good down that road.
The Josh Hammer Show on the Salem Podcast Network. Subscribe today on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
That's cold!
Don't get stuck with a cold shower this fall. Give CenterGuard Plumbing a call. Get a new 40-gallon water heater installed for just $1,195 for standard installation, or a 50-gallon heater for $1,295 standard installation. A proud new sponsor of AM 560, CenterGuard is offering specials on new water heaters. Don't wait. The cold temperatures are coming, and the same can happen to your water heater. If you're having hot water issues or your water heater's over 8 years old, take advantage of this fall special today. CenterGuard Plumbing is Chicagoland's same-day water heater experts. Call before noon, and they can schedule your repair or install the same day on in-stock water heaters. They'll even haul away your old one, no charge. You're only a text away from install today. Call 847-406-8883. Mention AM 560 to receive fall special pricing. That's 847-406-8883. Call or text 847-406-8883 or visit CenterGuardPlumbing.com.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Honey, why does it take you so long to get ready?
Oh, because I've got one tiny sink. I'm trying to balance makeup on the back of the toilet, and the mirror's always fogged up.
Sounds like a circus act.
Exactly. And I perform every morning.
At Forever Remodeling, we create bathrooms that fit your life, not the other way around. From extra storage to spa-like showers and timeless finishes, we make your mornings easier. Visit foreverremodeling.com. That's the number 4everremodeling.com.
Did you know a will alone does not keep your family out of court when you die? The court still has to approve your will, but get a living trust, and your estate can be settled clearly without issue. Talk to the attorneys at Naumann & Associates. They prepare wills and trusts for a flat fee, no surprises, no hourly rate. With decades of experience, they know the law and offer a free consultation. Contact Naumann & Associates in Elk Grove Village, nalawgroup.com. Call 847-593-8777.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Get up, get on up, get up, get on up.
All right, we're back. And one thing that I want to bring to the audience attention is that you can't appeal your your property tax bill with a 2025 real estate assessed valuation complaint. And it's done by the Board of Review of Cook County, and you can get it from the 6th floor of 118 North Clark Street in room 601. And the reason why I'm encouraging people to do this, especially as Ramona pointed out, South Side and West Side residents, is because they really have us believing that the only thing that needed to happen was that you needed to burn your tax bill and that you needed these black preachers to come out front and make a fake outrage about it. No, we know better than that. We know that it takes an actual process in order to correct things. So I want to encourage people to flood the Cook County Tax Maria Pappas office and the Board of Review with this complaint form about your property taxes. And we're going to hold City Hall and Cook County accountable, because the play that they do claiming that the jurisdiction of the city has nothing to do with the jurisdiction of the county, when we're looking at a whole tax bill being increased because the property taxes came out of the mayor and the city alderman, and we're paying it to Cook County. I want to make that clear.
Yes, that's true. That's how you make change. Now, I know you guys are probably in for a good laugh, so listen closely to this.
There are lines of Chicagoans right now of people who do not have food, you guys. And if you've never gone hungry, you wouldn't know why I have that urgency. If you've never opened up your refrigerator and there's nothing in it, poverty sucks. Corporations are making a killing right now, and we have elders that are more interested in defending these big corporations than families like mine who went without food and electricity and could not afford rent and mortgage. Get me something I can work with.
He just wants something he can work with, guys. He just wants something he can work with.
I didn't even know he said all that at the end.
Yeah.
Zoe, give us something we can work with.
Well, if you can download the 26 budget recommendations on the ChyCityClerk.com, and if you scroll to page 564 under the Finance General Corporate Fund, Finance General, and you scroll down to the itemized line of special events projects, you will see new arrivals services for $200,274,535. So the line in the poverty sucks is crazy to me, because you have snuck in $200 million for new arrivals. And what I have an issue with is, where is the Disgrace 50 at? Y'all haven't even talked about that. Like, let alone the $691 million in personnel services. So when you look at that, we're looking at what, $200, what's that? $900? So $900 million, and we have what, $1.2 billion in deficit
already.
And there, so you could take that $900 million, and we can, kill the budget.
Offset.
The offset right there, right? You account, you're the master accountant right here. So I'm trying to figure out, what in the Tubi movie was that? That Tyler Perry production. You are going so hard. You went into these. First of all, Brandon Johnson, because I know you're listening. You went into these churches and you did round tables for the 2026 budget, trying to get people to, get involved, the West Side, South Side. Did you bring up that $200 million that you slid in there for the new arrivals? Did you bring up these crazy raises? Like the aviation guy, McMurray, he just started in 2025. He's set to receive a $58,000 raise if the 2026 budget passes. Chris Brown, he is the commissioner for the libraries. They're laying off so many, I think it's like 100 jobs that they're laying off in the library, but you are going to give him a $6,000 raise. If he gets his raise, he's at $217,000. The mayor makes $221,000 a year. Then you're talking about the water. You got Randy Connor, the water commissioner. He's looking to set for a $36,000 raise. Marlene Hopkins, the building violation, the queen of building violation, the lady who's running an eminent domain scheme in the buildings department, is set to get a $21,000 or $17,000 raise. Then let's talk about serial killer Mary Richardson Lowry, the corporation counsel that keeps being posted. Oh, we got to go. But anyway, she's set to get a $21,000 raise. This is ridiculous while they're laying off all these people from procurement services to DFSS to the library, city workers.
As if they don't need food while you're crying about your family being hungry. Callers, appreciate your patience. We'll get to you as soon as we get done with these commercials.
Ready for some holiday magic? Pack up the family and cruise over to Go-Bert's Farm in Pingree Grove, where 2 incredible Christmas light shows are waiting to light up your night. First up, the Go-Bert's Christmas Drive-Thru Light Show. We're talking millions of lights synchronized to music that'll have you cranking up the volume. Picture this: dancing penguins getting their groove on, snowflakes cascading all around you, reindeer galloping through enchanted fields, plus a dazzling tunnel of lights that's pure Christmas magic. But wait, there's more. The legendary Larson Christmas Light Show, the one everyone's been raving about from Campton Hills, is now right here on the Go-Bert's property. 30 minutes of jaw-dropping lights, spectacular special effects, and surprise character visits that'll make the kids lose their minds with excitement. Here's the best part. You can experience both shows in one epic night. Perfect for families, couples, or even your company party bus. Because yes, limos and party buses are totally welcome. Per vehicle pricing keeps it affordable, but grab your tickets online now because these shows are selling fast. Visit GoBerts.com for tickets, times, and all the details. Go-Bert's Farm, where Christmas dreams come to life.
This past year has been one of the hardest in MyPillow's history. It's because of you that they are making it through. They want to thank you for your continued support by passing on some Christmas specials to our listeners. Get the Children's Bible Story Pillow 5-pack for $29.98. My Slippers with a free bottle of leather protectant spray for $39.98. Blankets, comforters, and duvets for as low as $25, and a blowout sale on the standard MyPillows for just $14.98. So go to MyPillow.com or call 800-489-0201 and use promo code LIBERTY to take advantage of these wholesale prices, including the standard size MyPillow, originally $49.98, now only $14.98. Queens $18.99. Kings only $1 more. 800-489-0201 and use promo code LIBERTY. We know MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty, but MyPillow has just announced that they are extending their 60-day money-back guarantee. That's right. Orders placed between now and December 25th will have their 60-day money-back guarantee extended through March 1st, 2026. Promo code LIBERTY.
We've all been there. It's the opening night of the school play, or it's the piano or dance recital, or maybe it's the Christmas pageant at your church. And everyone's fumbling with their phones, leaning and straining to get the perfect snapshot of that special moment. And too often, the images come out blurry, crooked, or overexposed. For the big events in the life of your church or school, trust Tom Killoran Photography. This locally owned family business can provide the solutions you need for your important event photography. They've worked with dance studios, orchestras, and sports teams to capture those memorable moments that you want to last a lifetime. And they can do the same for you and your organization. Tom Killoran Photography is also the official photographer for AM 560 The Answer. To learn more and to see their portfolio, just visit KilloranPhotography.com. That's KILLORAN photography.com, or call them at 708-361-0025. Tom Killoran Photography, capturing important life moments for over 30 years.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome to Black and Right Radio. We're going to get to the calls. We have a lot of callers, and I appreciate your patience. Caller Rick from LaPointe, Indiana.
Yeah, good evening. Okay, you guys are going to go Wednesday, and you guys are going to turn it out. That's great.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, now listen up.
Okay.
Now, the next time they have a school board meeting, turn it out. The next time they have a meeting at these schools, turn it out.
Right.
And if you don't get at least 50% of the teachers union to vote Republican, you're going to have a problem. And as far as these people calling you, talking about how they're Democrats, and then those people are going to be Democrats from the womb to the tomb. You're never going to change their minds.
Unfortunately.
So forget them. But you got to start turning out at the school board meetings and the schools, at the school meetings, and wear your red, and, let them know. Because that's going to hit Brandon Johnson in his own backyard.
That's a good point. Thank you for that, Rick. We appreciate that. We need all hands on deck.
God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you, too.
You spoke at the school board meeting.
Yes.
Next one is December 18th.
Yeah, I spoke at there. So
Danny, since you spoke, what?
Come on, since
Danny,
you spoke at the
spoke
meeting.
at the meeting, tell us what it's like. Tell us what they should do and expect there.
So basically, you just go and tell how you feel, guys. Tell what's going on with you see as a regular citizen. They can't negate your experience, and they can't lie about what you see what's going on, especially if you have kids. Make sure you go up there because they're pushing this LGBT trans stuff to your kids, abortion. They're sneaking that stuff in. So make sure you pay attention and just go up there and voice your concerns, guys.
Yes, speak truth to power. That's what you need. Real stories, all right, from real people. We're going to get to the next call. Thank you for your patience. Mary from Illinois. Mary from Illinois is coming on.
Is she lit up?
Yep. Mary.
Hi, ladies. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for what you guys are doing. I just wanted to take the opportunity to say hello. I've seen and followed you so far on YouTube this year. Not the whole year. I started it started coming up on my feed, and I did grow up in Chicago, and I went to the Chicago public school systems there, and I'm just really proud of what you're both doing. I wish there was a way I could participate. And one thing I didn't notice, I don't notice many Hispanic politicians standing behind you, maybe because I just don't see it or it doesn't come on my feed on YouTube. But I'm hoping that the Hispanic community, I am Hispanic, I wish there was someone who can translate to help understand what and how detrimental it is to have illegal aliens, not just in Chicago, but in the whole state of Illinois. I never voted for that. I am an American citizen born in this country, and so is my father, and I feel for the black community, and I feel that it's not fair. But there's just so many things going on that I think too many times Hispanics don't really understand, or they're not being told the truth. The people that only speak Spanish, and because they're going to, again, the media, they're only going to put out there what's good for their ears to hear, right? And so I don't see that happening too often. I really wish there was more I could do. Because from that, I don't live in Chicago anymore, but I mean, from that perspective, I do believe that if you have more Hispanic politicians or Hispanic pastors, I'm a Christian woman, and I do believe that if you had that support, it definitely helps because, again, I don't agree that Illinois should be a sanctuary state and Chicago should be a sanctuary city. I do not agree with that. I grew up, you work hard, you want to feed yourself, you get out there and you bust your ass and you work. I'm sorry for saying that words. But I mean, you get out there and you do what you got to do. I'm not saying that public health, or rather SNAP benefits and welfare is not good. It's beneficial, and it should be a temporary thing, not a generational thing. And too many times people have made it a generational thing, and it's not just the black community, but it's the Hispanic community that have done that.
Can I thank you? I'm sorry, but I just want to thank you because there's so much of the media pushes the narrative that we're anti-Hispanic and we have something against Hispanics or immigrants. We don't, but we do have something for the law, and there should be legal immigration here, and everybody understands that. That's common sense, whether you're Hispanic or not. This is not against any ethnicity or any immigrant. This is about the United States law and immigration and boundaries for this country. So thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going to have to get on to the next caller.
But yes, how could I reach out to you guys to you and help you out?
Chicago Flips Red.
Flips.red.com.
Yeah.
Or you can go on X. And X, Chicago Flips Red, all the social media platforms, Chicago Flips Red as well.
Chicago Flips Red everywhere, flips.red.com.
And what's happening this Wednesday, the 10th?
City Council.
Yep. Thank you.
121 North LaSalle.
Thank you.
121 North LaSalle. What time?
10 a.m. We get there at 9.
Thank you, Mary.
All right. Thank you so much. Be blessed.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. We have another caller, Chase. Chase from Decatur. All right, then. Can you... Chase, talk to us.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Love what you guys doing. Love watching y'all. So, like the Midway delivery program up there in Chicago that's feeding the illegals, next week the funding from the federal government's getting cut to the Illinois SNAP because we won't turn over our records because of all the illegal immigrants getting SNAP benefits. So the federal government's stopping our. Hello?
Yeah, we're listening.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I heard music in the background.
Yeah, it's okay. Actually, actually, hold that thought because it's very important. We're gonna go to a commercial break real briefly, and then we'll get back to it because we want to hear what you have to say, Chase. We'll be right back.
Your local State Farm agent, Anthony DeGrotto, combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. You can combine your home, auto, and life insurance to not only save you money, but give you the peace of mind you've been looking for. Anthony DeGrotto is your go-to agent in Chicagoland. He and his team will work for you to provide the best service you expect at the price you want. Combine your home, auto, and life insurance today. Anthony DeGrotto will help you mix and match things perfectly. His State Farm office is a top pick 2024 Daily Herald Reader's Choice Award winner. He's a proud supporter of Tunnel to Towers and like-minded as you. His State Farm agency is currently looking to add members at their Roselle office. Call Anthony at 847-895-1500 today or visit DeGrottoSF.com. That's DeGrottoSF.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Hey, I'm Steve Wyatt, and I want to invite you to the Wyatt Matters Show, which airs every Sunday on this station. You can expect lively discussion and heartfelt reflection that will both entertain and inspire you. And if we do it right, maybe deliver some genuine laughter as well. We talk about not only what matters, but also why it matters.
Wyatt Matters. Sunday morning at 6 on AM 560. The Answer. An informed and educated citizenry is the only guarantee to preserve our constitutional republic. And each week, you'll hear from experts, not pundits, and find out what's really happening, from local issues to national politics. Listen to The Real Story with Jeannie Ives. There's no topic of public policy concern that she won't talk about. Stop the lies. Learn the truth. Join the conversation. Sunday night at 7, right here on AM 560. The Answer. Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Black and Right. Thank you guys, everybody, for waiting. Thank you for your patience. We're still on with Chase. Chase, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
So what my question basically is when the federal government stops sending the billions of dollars in this next week to our SNAP program, is the Midway delivery program up there in Chicago still going to be getting state money to feed the illegals while our people are being cut off?
That's a good point.
I'm going to look into it and do a show.
Yeah, but more than likely we will. That's a good. Thank you for that, Chase. Thank you.
Was it VTTC?
What did you
say that one more time.
Midway delivery.
It's the Midway delivery program up there, and it's partially part of the ICIRR, or Illinois Coalition for Immigrants and Refugee Rights, that help them get SNAP. So they've refused to give out our SNAP logs to the federal government. And next week, because they've refused to do that, we won't be getting the billions from the federal government to provide for SNAP. So our SNAP, we won't have the money for our SNAP program.
Wow.
So our funds will have to be docked from somewhere else or whatever, taken from somebody's retirement or, however else they're going to steal it. They'll raise our taxes again, whatever. But why are we going to pay for illegal immigrants? And then in House Bill 1312, they passed, which was the POW and MIA Recognition Act, they added in a program in there to assist housing illegal immigrants. And that's supposed to take effect in January. And it's supposed to pay them because they can't get out because of ICE.
See?
It's just like the victims of trafficking, torture, and other serious crimes. It's state funded. That's still happening now. Governor Pritzker doing it. So they get housing, they get health care, They get, and they don't even have to be asylum. Just say they're a victim. And it's Humboldt Park Aid Office that is dedicated just for them. So it's the same thing. So yes, the state's gonna fund it.
And this is why we got to talk about this so we can let the people know. So thank you, Chase. Thank you very much for your call and your information.
God bless y'all.
Yeah,
God bless you.
We have Al on the line from Rosemont. Al, talk to us.
You know, my thoughts are both sides have pushed the lines of false equivalency to hysteria. And I used to think it was just TDS. But I'm from the school of Dorothy Tillman, and we believe in attacking the process, not the person. When y'all going to chase Johnson back to Elgin? We went from Lightfoot to Johnson, and it's don't chase the face. Why can't we chase the process? And I think that it's now we're starting to get real heavy hand on the attack on black men, and I don't know if I agree with that.
What do you mean by that? Thoughts. What do you mean? Attack on black men?
Just the diatribe that you all premiered on about an hour ago. Everything was about black man, but I know Brandon stands on that.
No.
As a black man, as a black man who's spoken to Johnson, I can tell you that's incorrect. Ms.
And
Jackson.
the reason why that clip was played was because it's Brandon Johnson who continuously brought up about him being black, a black man, and kept overplaying that card. And that's the reason why that issue was addressed. It was not an attack on him. It was a response.
Sign off.
Go ahead.
It was a response. So thank you for your call, and thank you for your concern.
Thank you.
I want to say something. When it comes to being a black man, if you're going to bring that up and then do something for the community. He's exploiting you as a black man and using his blackness as a shield. You should be offended by that, as I am.
Me too.
So we're Chicago Flips Red. We had a good time here today. I don't know if we'll be back to take more calls, but we had a good time here today. And thank you for listening, and thank you for the support. This is Chicago Flips Red. Jessica Jackson, Zoe Lee, and Danielle Carter.
Holidays are here again, and it's really getting cold outside. It's time to snuggle up by the fireplace with a delicious mug full of Bob's Belgian hot chocolate. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Each sip is so rich, so luxurious, and oh so chocolatey. Bob makes his hot chocolate with 100% imported Belgian chocolate, and it's so easy to make. You just stir it into hot milk and voila! You just made yourself the best hot chocolate ever. You can buy Bob's Belgian hot chocolate mix and sticks online at bobsbelgianhotchocolate.com or visit us at Chris Kindle Markets at Daily Plaza, Wrigley, and Aurora. Come on out and join in on all of the holiday fun with visitors from all over the world. We can click our glasses and wish each other good cheer with a delicious mug full of Bob's